Good evening, and
Mon
welcome
Dieu,
to the
is this
Voice of
thing
the
on?
Baltic Star. And we are, not our regular crew this evening. We have a couple of our favourite people joining us this evening. So what we're going to play this evening is, well, I've never played it before, so I'm quite nervous. But Ewan is going to lead us through it. And I'm sure it's going to go brilliantly, because Ewan is going to lead us through it. And I heard very good things about the way he ran games at the convention, so I'm sure it's going to be flawless. So I'm Ben. Ewan is at the top of our screen. I'll introduce him in a second, but we have special guests this evening. We have Kelly and Sock Fiddler. So first of all, Kelly, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Equal parts, as I had mentioned before, of terrified and ready to roll.
Good. That sounds like the right approach for this one. And Sock,
Yes,
how are you?
adrenaline and everything that comes with it.
And you okay, Socks?
Yeah. Equal parts confused and sleepy.
Okay, that's a different way to approach it. But
I thought I needed to echo what Kelly said, but I was like, I got nothing fun. Actually, that's me already out.
And one of our sort of always members of the Voice of the Baltic Star, Ewan, is here to run us through the game. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Ben. Hello, Ben. I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. I'm just equal parts,
Yes.
to be honest.
I have heard that about
Top,
you.
bottom, and middle are all the same.
Yeah.
So, would you care to tell us a little bit about this game we're playing this evening, which is Totally Real Human Adults?
Yes, indeed. Tonight we are playing Totally Real Human Adults, and the three of you are collectively going to be portraying a totally real human adult. However, under that facade, unlike the underneath the facade that us regular human adults put on every day, you are in fact three animals in some form of disguise. Generally speaking, a trench coat. That might not be the case for most of the evening. It is a very simple, rules light, silly game, as tends to be my preference, certainly nowadays. Available on itch somewhere. I'll grab the itch at some point during a potential break. Oh, thank you very much. We may have a break. We may not. We'll see how the group get on. The premise is that you are to undertake a completely regular human day-to-day task. So nothing strenuous whatsoever, and nothing can possibly go wrong.
Trip to the DMV.
Okay. Well, that all sounds very straightforward, and I'm sure we'll accomplish our task with enormous alacrity.
Wow. With the words, Ben. Gosh. Alacrity. I mean, I don't drink. I do, just not today.
I thought we were supposed to have a couple of pints before we started. Oh, man.
Just you, Kelly. We got you again.
That is normally the deal here.
It is how we do things.
And this is very much us, if you are tuning in for the first time. so enjoy whatever.
By the way, hi Mud. Our friend Mud. Well, my friend Mud's here, and he's lovely. I mean, I never tell him I said that, but he is quite nice. Oh, also, he has the luck of DMing me in every other Sunday game where I completely am no trouble at all.
You understand that microphones are live and work, right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Then I'm not going to embarrass Lon by saying hi, Lon.
Because whispering secrets into a microphone.
Lon. It's just part of my charm. I'm a treat. We all know that. This is how.
You are indeed. Okay.
See what I just said.
So, well, introductions are complete. Thank you, Kelly and Socks, for joining us for this evening. I hope it will be an enormous amount of fun. And I will hand the matter over to Ewan to guide us through the intricacies of the complexities of the details of character creation.
I think you're really overestimating this game here, Ben.
That was a lot of words, though, to be fair.
I think we have 56 left.
Oh, fuck, that's one. Okay.
First off, we're going to make some characters, which is always a good place to start. It's really simple. It's really easy. I'm sure you'll all manage perfectly fine. Your animal, as an individual, has 6 stats. You have your communication, which is your talking and your body language and conveying of ideas. Your coordination, which is your working together and your essentially your dexterity. Athletics, which is your movement, your running, your strength. You have your influence, which is your charm, something you all have in abundance already, and potentially other influential character traits such as intimidation. You also will have your know-how, which is your knowledge, your smarts, your perception, and you will have a stealth trait, which is your sneaking, your theft, your pickpocket, any other underhanded tasks that you wish to do. Now, each of you can put some numbers in those stats. You can choose where they go. The higher the number, the better. So one of your stats will be a number 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 of your stats will be a number 2. 2 of your stats will be a number 1. And 1 stat will be a 0. The thing which you are worst at. How checks will work in this game, just for everybody watching and whilst you decide, is that if a check needs to be done for a task, you can pitch the idea to me of which one you think is appropriate. If we both agree, then you can roll that many d6. I will roll a number of d6, 1 to 3, determined by how difficult I think the task is. And if you beat me by 5 or more, you will succeed, and you'll gain 1 credibility. Credibility is essentially your hit points for this game. All totally real humans are nothing more than the sum of their credibility. So you start
is
at
it a
7.
shared credibility or individual?
This is a shared credibility, yes. You share it as your embodiment of a human in a trench coat together. So you must all work together.
Excellent.
As you are all stacked on each other's shoulders.
Ben, I'm really sorry. Just let's get that out of the way.
First to 0 win.
Right from the
Are
start.
we already doomed then?
I mean, you will love me tomorrow because we're friends, but I'm sorry.
I mean, it does sound to me like credibility is a really important thing to keep track of.
You could say that.
Because I'm looking at the
Sounds
character
like
sheet
that.
and there isn't an entry for it.
It's more for me to worry about. Don't you worry, Ben.
Okay,
Don't you
fair
worry.
enough.
The lower your credibility gets, the more suspecting the NPC humans will be of your portrayal of a human character.
Okay.
If you reach 0,
They will
you will be
suspect
discovered.
nothing.
So I do have a quick question then.
Yes.
So if we are in fact a stack of animals standing on each other's shoulders,
Yes.
and one of us has very high stealth, but the others don't.
Yes.
The most visible one.
I would say that would depend on the task.
Okay.
If you're trying to sneak past someone, that will be the person at the bottom of the stack who is controlling the feet. If you're trying to pickpocket someone, I would say that will be the person in the middle who's controlling the arms. And the person, I'm trying to think of an example, but the person at the top is basically the face. They will be communicating and portraying your character to the outside world.
And if we do it out of sequence, is that where coordination or something like that would come in?
If you're working together, yeah, I would ask you to, probably all of you, potentially, to make a coordination roll, or the two certainly that are working together, if it just takes two of you, just to see how well that comes across. So that would be definitely coordination.
Good thing we're all sisters and fully prepared to cooperate with each other. No competition whatsoever.
Not at all. I
Mm,
agree.
all on the same
That's the great
page.
thing about
That's what we
siblings.
like.
Honestly, we were like, who's going to be GMing? Ewan. Oh, we've got to be so good because he's so nice.
Mm,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm starting to worry now.
You know how they say not to split the party?
Yeah.
In half.
Well,
Down the middle.
Thirds.
I should do a magic show one of these. That'd be really good. Like the assistant to a magic show. That's a good idea. Thanks. I'm making a note for next time.
So, when I played with Luke and I had a very serious discussion about, as there were just two of us, how were we going to split our totally? And for a while, we were quite seriously debating being left and right, like one on top of each other. And then decided that would impede the drinking. So we went with top and bottom. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you can change the order of the stack at any point. However, if you do this in full view of humans, then your credibility will plummet quite possibly to zero as they realise that you are indeed a stack of animals inside of a trench coat.
Okay.
So, feel free to find somewhere private or secluded to change the order if you wish for a new face or a new pair of legs or somebody else to control the middle.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I have my stacks.
Somewhere
I think.
private, huh? Hmm.
Yeah, you got to be out of sight to do the shim sham.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to be in plain sight.
I mean,
I mean, if you feel as though you can hide that sort of thing in plain sight,
daring.
it's very daring,
Mm-hmm.
roguish, you might say. The only thing left for you all to do is to choose a creature which your third of the human will actually be made up of. I have sent you over a list. I'm not going to read through them all here because it's just me reading off things, and nobody really wants to be here for that. They're here for the shenanigans that is the three of you. I believe you've all made a choice. But correct me if I'm
Completely.
wrong.
I mean, it's a surprise to each other. We didn't in any way make any decisions before the stream.
No, because I
We've
certainly
not-
don't
we've not
like
planned
collusion.
anything. That's the
It's like
important
it's like the 100 chimpanzees on typewriters thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Kelly should go first because she is the most beautiful and wise among us. Sorry, Ben.
You're not wrong.
That seems reasonable.
Well, I got the Putu, which I had never heard of before. So I had to go looking, and they are the most amazing bird ever.
Yes, indeed. I have seen an image, and it is spectacular. Certainly.
It
Ah,
is a
there we
remarkable
go.
looking bird.
There you go. There's one what the Putu looks like. You can see it with my avatar.
Rhino. Crit's not being sensible.
Says the person who went for giant turtle that carries the world on its back.
Atuin,
So,
bless you.
yeah.
So
Brilliant. That's good to know. You also have the special ability in plain sight. If you do something that coincides with your special ability, or you can persuade me that I think coincides with your special ability, you can roll an extra dice before removing the lowest and totaling the remaining dice.
A rhino with gin. It's tempting.
A note: for any stat with a 0, you will roll 2 dice and you'll take the lowest value as your total. But having got that out of the way, Socks, which animal did you go for?
By
Or are you going to?
astonishing coincidence, I am going to be a Putu bird. It's the most astonishing kind of bird. They're amazing with these crazy eyes, and they have this whole mouth situation going on, and I'm going to be one. I had no idea that Kelly
I
was.
can see where this is going.
Kelly was.
And the sound they make is amazing. It's like,
Okay, we need more.
how
of
can you
that
not
tonight.
love that?
Yeah,
It's so
that is
true.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Any particular reason? You're just in love with the animal? 'Cause that was amazing.
I mean, I rolled whatever number it is on the chart, and that's what I got.
Yes. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, the 9 on a.
9 snake eyes and
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah. Perfect. Lastly, but not least, as if I have to ask Ben, which animal did you prefer out of the list of 12 plus? In fact, I think there were 24 because they kind of doubled up with some of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
which one did
looked
you
down the
prefer
list carefully,
out of the 24.
and I decided to go with the Putu bird, actually, because
Popular choice tonight.
I've always wanted to be able to play one well, for as long as I can remember. I've wanted to play one in a game,
Yeah.
and this just seemed
I
like
remember-
too good an opportunity to pass up.
Precisely. I remember a couple of weeks we were talking after a Sci-Fi Traveller game about how you would like to play one in a space western themed game. It's not space western tonight, but at least half of your dream can come true. Thank you, three of you.
I mean, you might not know this, but in Orbiter Blues, Ben's character is called Matt Guffin, but his middle name is Matt Putu Guffin.
I didn't know that actually.
Rare knowledge, being like, I'm sorry, it's a secret spilled, but I think now's the time.
Indeed. And the only other thing I need from you, and two things in fact, is a name for your human. If you have thought of such a thing.
Wait, we don't name our animals? We need to name ourselves.
Well, that's why there's two things. If you want to name yourself first, let's go with that first, shall we? Let's go with individual animal names first. And I feel as though we should go to Socks because we went to Kelly last time, and Ben's one of us, regular boys
well,
from
I
the
thought-
Baltic Star, so he doesn't count.
Long and hard about my character's name, and I wanted to reflect, modern priorities and evoke somebody who really inspires me to do crazy stuff in plain sight. So I am calling my character Greta Tonguebird.
Greta Tonguebird. That's very responsible of you. I approve of the decision-making process.
Well, also, if you've ever seen one of these birds with its mouth open, it has this enormous tongue. Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, Greta Tonguebird.
Perfect. All noted. Kelly.
Well, for myself, I always like picking a certain letter or something to go with and come up with a name for that. So I chose G this time. And so the name that just kind of naturally came along with the rest of the character concept was Greta Gobbo. So, I decided that would be a good one.
Yes, of course. So, 2 G's, in fact.
Yeah.
You've gone heavy on the G. I like it. The alliteration is good. Greta Gobbo. Wonderful. I'm sorry. Was that funny, Socks?
Yeah.
Is something going on here?
Yeah.
Ben?
Yes. Well, I approach these things quite differently. As you know, as Socks has pointed out, I do like to occasionally have character names that are sort of puns. And I was thinking about British society and culture today, so I decided to go with Greta Green.
Yes, of course. Very cultural of you. Well done.
Because
Some
I
deep
feel
thought
when
from
we
Kelly.
come to name our human, the word Greta is going to turn up.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If it doesn't, it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, perfect. We have Greta, and Greta, the three. How am I pronouncing that? Potu birds.
Mm-hmm.
However,
At this point, I think that's the least of my worries, to be honest. In a trench coat.
can I
what is-
possibly suggest a name for our human?
Of course.
you?
I mean, I feel like, particularly given the recent snubs at the Oscars and the Globes, and she's a filmmaker who really has inspired an entire generation, really, of women with quirky, strong characters. Most recently, Barbie. I think we should call our human Greta Gerwig.
Mm-hmm.
Like after Greta Gerwig, but slightly more in character.
Yeah.
Can you spell that for me, please?
Greta. I mean, assuming the other two agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm familiar
Fine.
with Greta by now.
Gobwig.
Fine.
Is everybody happy with that choice of character name? Feel free to debate or bat some other
Completely
ideas
happy.
around whilst I collect my thoughts over what just happened.
Now, we get special abilities, don't we, Ewan?
Mm.
Oh yes, yeah. Sorry, which is determined by the animal. Yeah. So sorry, everyone watching. This might take a long time.
So you should tell us each individually what our special ability is and what it
Yeah.
means.
Yes. Well, Kelly, yours is in plain sight. Basically, you can use this if you can explain to me how this works in the situation, you can get an extra dice to roll and you can remove the lowest. In plain sight, I would like to imagine the other option is a chameleon, so I would say hiding in plain sight, or to hide something in plain sight, is very much what this is trying to describe. But if you can, I'm quite amenable to players arguing different skills for different things. So
if we're
please
to
feel
do
free.
something then, and somebody was watching, we would be in plain sight then, right?
Only if you
I
failed
see
the
where this
roll.
is going. I see where this is going.
I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I might be able to make use of that then.
Okay.
I feel that we
Only
have
if someone's watching.
if I walk into the clearing with the terrible monster and then I walk out and come back into it again, will I game the game into thinking that I've been here before and have therefore already defeated the monster situation, which just popped into my mind apropos of nothing.
Indeed. But don't get too far ahead of yourself, Socks, because I haven't told you what your special ability is.
I can't wait. I didn't look it up.
Your special ability is in plain sight.
No way, that's so exciting. What does that mean?
I know. Well, the other option it gave for your animal was a chameleon. So I envision this as hiding something in plain sight, trying to get away with something a little bit underhanded in plain sight. I would
Plain
give you an
sight.
extra.
Not like
Yes.
helicopter
Not
sight,
an
like any
aeroplane.
other.
No.
No,
Not
any other
aviation
kind of
sites.
aviation vehicles. Just
No, definitely not.
That's
Can it
perfect
Maybe
for you,
we'll
sis.
see. If you come across an aviation vehicle, we'll see. Maybe because I like to say yes all the time.
okay.
So yes, so feel free to argue.
I will. I mean, I won't.
Well, yeah. Your special ability or your stats. Which stat we're using with me? That's
Okay.
perfectly fine.
Nice.
Ben, yours is in plain sight, by the way.
Is it? And,
I'll argue it's not even playing anymore. Like, fuck it, let's just get this over with.
and what does that mean, Ewan?
I have no idea.
Look, I think it's record time. We've already destroyed Ewan's will to live.
Mm.
Good job, everyone.
Okay.
Nice one.
Basically, Ben, if you do anything that relates to your skill, you can gain an extra dice and remove the lowest of the dice that you roll from your
Excellent. Thank you. That's good. Okay.
Feel free to.
So,
you know,
would you like to
push
know my
boundaries.
stats, or are you happy for me for that to come as a surprise?
I kind of like it coming as a surprise,
Okay.
if I'm honest. If you want to read them out, you perfectly can. I'm
No.
happy to take my
If
headphones off.
it's okay that they
You
come
can
as a
give me a
surprise,
thumbs up.
then we'll do that.
Anybody else? If you, Kelly or Socks, if you would like to read out yours.
Oh
I'm
no,
happy to,
I'd like to surprise you as well.
I think
okay.
I'll go with mine being in plain sight. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm good with it as it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
And yeah,
Hidden in
my
plain sight on the character sheet.
Yes.
I
Perfect
think my
example.
surprise is going to be I have lots of stats that are 3. I'm not sure. I feel like in plain sight would be also arguing that I can have more than one maximum stat in plain sight of the DM.
I think that arguing would be valid, but it would be totally breaking the mechanics of the game.
But it
and
would
not
surprise you.
valid.
Well, not now.
It would definitely surprise me. That's true. But yeah, probably less so now. Anyway,
Okay.
the 3 of you Gretas wake up and put yourself together as Greta in the appropriate attire, however you wish
Your
to be.
pronunciation, we're Greta's collectively, but it's a Greta. Singular,
Greta.
It's singular human adult. It's a Greta. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Mhm.
I'll write that down phonetically, just so I can forget it later. You all put yourself together in your trench coat, and the simple, everyday human task that you will be completing today is it's just the day at work. You've got to go to work.
Gotta go to work.
So we arrive as you show up on.
Are we bus drivers?
You're not, alas. That would be
that
good,
would have been
though.
cool.
Bus driver will be a good one. I'm definitely going to make a note of bus driver as well for future use. You arrive at the construction site, which is your place of work. You are employed here as a construction worker. You're in a large city. It's nestled in between a couple of other buildings. One's got a giant car park out front. And after dropping off your usual trench coat disguise into the lockers in a building that's sort of in the middle-ish left of the site, you wait for a bit of privacy and shimmy your way into your high-vis boiler suit. Not the normal attire for the crew, but it works for your purpose, certainly. Which order are we currently in, if I may?
I think Greta should be on top.
Yeah.
No. I think Greta would be better on top, actually.
I mean, this is going to be a bit out there, but I'm tempted to go Greta, then Greta, and Greta.
Ah, you're so wrong. No, Greta should be at the bottom.
No, I have to agree with Greta this time.
Oh, fine. Okay, I can see I've been out-Greted.
Yes, we are going to have to pick, and our stats are going to be relevant for this, aren't they?
They will be at some point.
That's awful good of you to assume.
I'm going to go with the
Unless they're all
legs then.
threes.
Okay. So Greta is on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to use your character initials just to list them out, but
Well, that would be really
turns out
helpful.
I'm using the player names this time.
Can I be in the middle?
Sure.
Okay, so what does middle, is that arms and torso?
Middle is arms. Yep. Bit of
Arms.
torso connecting up the other two.
I feel like we're about to play an old school Whose Line Is It Anyway game. You know the one where Tony Slattery puts his hand behind his back and Ryan Stiles as his hands.
It has got that vibe.
Mm.
Yeah. Perfect. So Greta is
I'll
ahead.
go on top.
But also Greta did say
Wonderful.
that she was going to do a voice tonight.
Bear in mind, you can change this should you wish at whenever you want, really. But whenever you have a moment to alone. Certainly not in plain sight.
Do we three want to create a protocol? Like, do we shout change, or just go, or like tugging on something? I don't know. Is there a thing that we want, or do we just want to leave it to complete chance and chaos?
Yes.
Now I've said that, I was like, is anything else going to happen? Yeah.
Chance and chaos feels like our Amelia, to be honest.
That's our groove. Yeah.
Wonderful. You can all communicate. Sorry, I should have said this before. You can all communicate perfectly well between yourselves because you're all the same animal, so of course you can. Communication with humans, I am going to leave up to you as players. I think that you can couple together some kind of garbled speak where you can convey your real intentions to the NPCs. But if you wish to just fall back on body language, that's perfectly fine. If you wish to let out screams that somehow give off your intention of what you're thinking or your words, then that is also fine. Just let me know at some point.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we have the map now up. So which of these buildings are we currently in?
Oh, wonderful. So you see the one in the middle left, far left, in the middle. It's got a load of boxes inside of it. They're your lockers.
Got it.
And there's a door.
Right.
So you get into the correct order. You put on your high vis boiler suit, and you make your way into the site office stroke meeting room, which is like the portable hut, which is opposite the door for the building that you're currently in. So the one just below it.
Yep.
This is very much like kind of like a school temporary classroom that you'd have on the playground, back in the day.
Yeah.
You make your way over there for the daily briefing before starting your work, and you pass a few smoking workers hanging around by the door, and a middle-aged man that you know as Paulie, who's one of the jokers on the site, and he's sort of leaning up against the building and is announcing to everyone as they arrive, don't forget, it's National Day, so it's site Grand National race in the next 10 minutes before the grapher arrives. I'm taking bets, and we've still got one jockey space if you want to win the big money. Hey, Greta, how about you? You're about jockey sized. And all right, Jeff. And he looks over to another guy, just a smoking man next to him, who just starts chuckling a little bit.
I'll just give him
a jockey.
I'll just give him an up and down look with appraising eyes and whistle appreciatively at his ass.
That's a yes. That's a yes then, surely.
That is correct. We will jockey, yes.
Perfect. Well, I tell you what,
give her a big thumbs up out the sleeve.
Nice. Make a coordination roll for me, please. First roll.
Who?
The person who is making the thumbs up, I will say, that's more the timing with what is being said. So roll your coordination.
Oh, that means I have to put a number in it. My coordination is 3.
Wow. Okay. Right, anyone watching who likes to play tabletop role-playing games, I apologise. And let me know what the total of those 3 dice are.
3 dice. So it's 3d6.
3d6, please.
Roll 3d6. I'm rolling in Roll20, so I'm not completely cheating, everyone. I think I might have got it wrong. Did I get that right? Oh, 9.
Wonderful. You throw up your thumbs up. Perfect timing. In fact, you gain a credibility as a collective.
Good job.
Good roll. Well done. And Paulie turns to you and says, "In fact, as you're doing us a favour and filling in the missing jockey space, you can have your pick of whichever jockey's hat you want." And you see they've got 3 they've got 4 hard hats lined up along there, and there's a pink one, there's a blue one, there's a green one, and there's a yellow one.
Well, I think we should move over here to this yellow one directly in front of us.
Okay, I will walk towards the yellow hat, please.
This looks like it'll fit.
Oh, I pick it up. I pick up the yellow hat.
Okay. I like the directly in front of us. That I would argue that probably removes the need for coordination work from you, Kelly. That has nicely set the other two up. However, I would very much like a coordination roll from both the Greta at the bottom and the Greta in the middle.
Okay. I have a coordination of 2.
Oh, I completely sodded that
That's
up.
a total of 8.
I got 10.
Oh, you guys are nailing this. That is an extra
Can I lift
credibility.
up the hat and flip it up so it like a Michael Jackson up the arm until it like pop, 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 straight onto the head.
Onto the head. Yeah, go ahead. Head Greta, if you could make a coordination roll for me, please.
But of course. Is anyone watching?
Put your head in the right position. They are, but you're not really hiding anything.
No, I'm in plain sight, am I not?
I'll tell you what, on this occasion, go on. Add an extra dice. Take away your lowest.
That is excellent, because this is what I rolled.
Kelly, I love you so much. Wow.
As I now bend over double, and somehow my neck almost separates from my torso.
You do manage to pull it back though, because my roll was pretty poor as well. So you managed to get it on your head. It's a little bit messy at times, but you get it there. There is no change to your credibility, however.
I'm doing that neck bob to get it just in the right spot.
And they say, right, perfect, that's good. Everyone else, get your jockey hats. Greta, get come on over here. Pick your horse. Any one of these fine animals.
Do we not have a meeting right now?
No, not until the gaffer arrives. We've got to do this before the boss arrives. Otherwise we can't do it.
Oh,
I've got all the bets.
all right. Then where?
Trust me. We've got at least 15 minutes. It's fine.
Where is his horse we need to ride?
And he gestures over to the side of the building that's in front of you, and there's 4 brooms lined up, each with a little high-vis jacket tied around that corresponds with the colour of the helmets. There are the fine animals.
Sacre bleu.
Pick any broom you wish.
Well, okay, we will just saunter on over to the brooms, over to the left here, and pick the one with the yellow ribbon, I guess.
Can I give it a hearty smack to like a confident pat on the rump?
The broom's rump.
Yeah, because I'm pretending as a horse.
Yeah, no, I know, but I've got to, you said it. It could be any number of things around here.
I thought you were patting Greta.
The way this is going, yeah. Could have been Greta, could have been Paulie, could have been the hut.
Ooh, Polly.
A whistle has already been thrown.
Can I do a chef kiss at Paulie with my feather hand, please?
Yeah, sure. Make an influence roll for me.
Oh, my influence is 3.
Are we sure about that?
No, it's 2. Wait, where is influence? Isn't one? I've got implements. Is that supposed to be influence?
influence, which is your charm and your intimidation. You should have communication,
Yeah.
coordination,
Yeah.
athletics,
Yeah.
influence.
Okay, so I wrote down
Know-how and
implements
stealth.
like knives and forks and
Ah.
spatulas and stuff. Okay, so that's influence. Okay.
Yes, that's the Edward Scissorhands hack version.
I-
Has implements.
Absolutely have played this before. Okay, so that's a 2, so I roll 2 dice, is that right?
Yes, you roll 2 dice.
Roll 2d6. Or a chef kiss. 7.
That is good, and you successfully don't send them all clattering, but you do give it a firm pat on the bristle end, which
On
I'm
the fake
assuming is the rump. It might not be.
That
Who
feels
knows?
like the right way
Depends
round.
which way around you want to hold it, I suppose.
What the hell is wrong with you? What kind of childhood did you have that you don't know how to hold a hobby horse? Honestly.
Well, I know how to hold a hobby horse. The head goes at the top.
Yeah, but they're made out
This
of
is a
brooms.
broom.
Oh, sorry, the dog's gone nuts. Okay. And does our horse have a name?
We could call it Greta.
That's a very exciting and unusual name. Let's definitely do that.
And as you say that, you see Paulie writes up on his bit of paper, right, Greta with the horse, Greta in the yellow, and 3 other unexpected co-workers come up in their hats that they've picked, and they grab their horses, and he says, "Do you write the
May I?
This is the course. Please.
May I throw one of those individual competitors off by as he grabs his hobby horse,
yeah, sure.
intimidating him more than anything.
Make an implements roll then, if you're intimidating,
It just so
or
happens.
influence, if you wish.
Is
I
this
feel
in
like I
plain
just got
sight?
trolled.
Are people watching me do this?
Can I make a coordination check to try and just stand up a little bit taller to give Greta
to
a
help
bit
with
more
it.
presence?
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Make a coordination roll.
And I can put my hands on my hips in a disapproving and stern stance.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just rolled
you
a
can
7
do.
this time.
A 7.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. You succeed. Let's carry some of these over.
I rolled a 2.
What did you roll?
Nothing.
Which skill?
Implements.
Your implements.
Yeah.
I'm gonna argue that this is both dexterity and working together, and maybe you can make a coordination roll.
Well, my coordination
instead.
definitely is 3. Thank you. And next time I'll remember to argue harder. Okay.
And with all those physical displays, is anyone watching?
I got a 6.
Wonderful. Yes, they certainly are watching at this point with your physical.
So would that be in plain sight then?
displays. Yeah, go on then. Add a dice.
Are we
It would-
all in plain sight in that case?
No.
What?
In which case, that would be 19.
Blimey, plus. Yeah. Okay.
Because
Cool.
I have a 3 in influence.
Kelly's,
Good news.
Kelly's just hacked the game, everyone.
Good news. You now have the maximum credibility that you will
Come-
be able to get. You have a 10. I can tell.
More
you that.
importantly,
It's
is he
much
cowering?
harder. He looks very off put and isn't quite sure where to look. And
Who is
he
this? Is this
clearly
Paulie?
isn't paying attention. No, this is one of the other competitors. This is the guy Jeff that was stood next to him spoken.
Jeff.
Sort of chuckled at your stature a little bit. And he's very, very perturbed by the events that have.
Can I say
That
through a
happens.
crack in the code? Get up, Jeff. We all know that your mum cuts your hair.
Yeah, Yeah, you can. Make a stealth roll for me, please.
I sort of feel like that's a bit unnecessary.
What, a voice coming from the middle of someone's
My-
chest? I think that's really necessary. I'm going to be honest. One that isn't French, definitely.
Get up, Jeff. We all know that your mom cut your hair.
It's too late now.
Okay.
The die has been cast.
My stealth is 3.
Is it though?
No, it's 1. 4. You got a 4.
Unfortunately, you do not. Well, you don't beat me, but you still succeed. Jeff sort of like pushes his helmet down a little bit more, and he looks. Everyone sort of around you gives a little chuckle. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. However,
Yeah.
one of the people.
Jeff is a 57-year-old man 3 years away from retirement.
And mostly bald.
Mostly bald.
Mostly bald. As they're looking over at you, they do clock those first few words without the French accent and look a little bit closer.
I suddenly pull a burp.
You lose your credibility.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. My voice, it just didn't come out. I had a burp stuck. Sorry.
No, that's all right. And they burp just as loud because that's what I envision.
Okay,
Totally not what happens.
I'd just like to make this absolutely clear. The French thing is now a situation that we're in. We are the French person at work. Is this correct?
Unless you can work around it.
No. I'd like that established because I now nominate Ben to become the head.
Next time round.
Because he does a cracking French accent.
It's true. That is true. As does Kelly.
As does
And so Paula continues. Right, the course. You have to. There's a digger over there, and there's a small bulldozer. Chicane round those to the left first, if you please, and then right round the bulldozer at the back. Round the back of the toilet hut, which is the one in red on the map for the characters. Jump over the first hurdle, which isn't on the map, and through the piping at the top there.
Right.
And and then right out of the piping, over the water jump, and you see there's like another broom that's been put on a couple of cones, and there's a puddle after it, and then it's a straight dash back to the finish in between the first vehicle and the hut here. Do we all understand where we're going? Everyone goes, yeah.
Toodalay!
It's like, yes!
Toodalay!
De rien. D'accord.
Le boulanger!
Well, then, last respite for jockeys. If you want to do anything, please feel free now, briefly. And last call for bets.
No, I tug on Greta's leg. Bathroom.
I have to tinkle the wiener. You know, I have to go potty.
Yes,
I'll be right back.
do it. Okay, make it quick. And you make your way over to the red block on the map, or the building at the very top on the left, which is the block of toilets. And you enter, and it appears to be empty. There's a few stalls in there.
All right, sis. What are you on about, sis? Come on, I had this.
Oh no, I just want Greta to hold the hobby horse, and I'll do the running. I got longer legs than her.
Okay.
I mean, I've got longer legs. I have to do a French accent because Luke's here now, and it makes him get silly. I have to do the running because I have the longer legs.
I just know that I am not doing the running. right. I'm not even sure what those vehicles are that they said we have to go around.
The bulldozer. Come on, Greta, come up. Go in the middle. You just gotta wave your hands about. You'll be fine.
All right. I'll go
No,
in the
no,
middle then.
No. I'm stamping on Ben's shoulders. Ben's Greta.
Listen, all three of you Gretas are Gretas. What I want to know is
Great.
which Greta is in charge of the. Sorry, all three of you Gretas are Greeters. Which Greta is the feet?
All Gretas are greeters and all greeters
Not
are
all
greens.
Greeters are Gretas. Yeah.
Are all greeters Gretas?
But more importantly, which Greta is the feet?
I would like to be the feet.
Is
What
everyone
these
happy?
two clowns do is up to them. I want to go at the bottom.
And who would like to be the arms that is the middle section? of
I'm
Greta?
comfortable either way.
I have seen people hold things before. I can go in the middle.
Okay.
Climb,
Wonderful.
Greta!
Which of course means that Greta is the top,
Yes.
naturally.
Do you know,
That
I've
is-
written three
That
pieces of
is
paper.
where we're left with. So it's Greta, and then Greta this time.
And
No,
then
Greta.
yeah.
Swap Greta and Greta, and then you're there.
Oh, right, my mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
But for
Wait,
everybody
wait,
back
oh,
home who
great,
may or may
I-
not be following, Ben is the top, Ken is in the middle, and Socks is
Ben,
left.
Ben is a top. Lol.
Greta, you have muddy feet. Oh, now I'm all dirty.
I put on my new. That Greta. Okay.
Okay.
Are we done?
Right. I think we need
Are
to
you
get to
done?
the start line.
I start walking, and I don't care if anybody's trying to open the door or not, because I'm already heading that way.
I let my sister run into the door first, and then I'll open it.
Ow!
You bump into the door, and it's
Oh, are we going
throws you a
now?
little
I
bit.
see. Okay, let me get that. How does this open?
Pull.
Paul?
Stumble back a bit to give the door room to open.
Attempt to pull it open.
and it opens. I tell you what, both of you make a coordination roll for me, please.
Both of who?
Both Greta and Greta.
Okay, coordination. Oh, that's 3. I'm definitely making that roll.
See, it works both ways. Greta.
I have rolled a 5.
I rolled a 16.
Oh, 16 and a 5. You do indeed beat me, but not enough to increase your credibility, I'm afraid. You make it out the door unhindered. And if you wish, you can make your way across the muddy construction sites back to the break room meeting office that is the start line for the site Grand National.
I literally sprint.
Ah!
I love running. I can't wait. Let's go running.
Left!
Allons faire des courses. No, that's shopping.
Allons-y.
Allons-y au parc. Let's go.
Okay. I'm just going to try and keep nicely balanced for when we need to set off in a hurry, because I suspect we do run the slight risk that our legs are going to set off and the rest of us isn't.
Yeah, at this rate, it's very possible. So the four jockeys, or the 3 of you and the 3 other jockeys, I should say, line up on their broom horses with the high-vis jackets tied to the top of each one, identifying the colours which match your hard hat stroke jockey helmets. And Paulie stands there and says, "Right, on the gun. Are we all ready?"
I will attempt to position the broom in between Greta's legs.
I guide the broom between my legs. What the hell? And then
Why
I
did
start
not think about
scraping.
this?
You really did not give this enough thought. I start scraping the ground like a horse would. Getting
Getting into the role. I like it, Paulie says. On your marks. Get set. And then he bangs a spanner onto a metal bucket that he's holding up in the air, and there's a ding that rings out, and the other three set off. I assume you do the same.
I do that, and then shoot forward.
Wonderful. All three of you, please make a coordination roll for me, just to see how the integrity of the stack holds up.
9.
As the acceleration
6.
kicks in.
7.
A 9, a 6, and a 7 is more than enough. You hold your position on top of one another for now. As you make your way towards the left-hand side of the first vehicle in front of you, it's pretty easy to go. Greta, is presumably you're still just running.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know where. I'm sort of guessing. I need a bit of steering, really.
Yeah, I'm.
Well, indeed. And as the other three start to bank right to chicane between the vehicles, what's everyone doing?
I am saying immediately. Right now, right.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. You're the kind of Frenchman that comes from Dusseldorf.
Greta, if you can make a communication roll for me, please.
Which, guys, I think we might have made a terrible mistake.
That's a 5.
You're only just realising this. You're still relatively close to the crowds, and the roast track is sort of lined with workers sporadically that are watching what they think is going to be the most interesting part. And one of them sort of cooks their head at the strange Dusseldorf French accent that comes out of the mouth of Greta at this point. You do lose one credibility, but you do succeed, and you manage to turn right and go in between. And at this point, you're sort of second. It's close between second and third, but it looks like you're edging the second.
I can't believe you just punished Ben. That's unbelievable.
Can I reach out?
The dice.
Can I reach out an
Sorry,
arm
Ben.
in the trench coat sleeve and just kind of slap the guy next to me?
Yeah. The person that's
Yeah.
vying for second
Yeah.
spot with you. Yeah.
Oh, de mon chemin. Just slap him to the right.
Make an athletics roll for me, please.
Excellent.
Greta.
I'm doing great. 5.
Ooh.
That is good, and you do indeed slap them. What are you just trying to?
Yeah, I yelled out of the way and I slapped him with the sleeve.
Perfect.
As the slap happens, can I just full on like run into him like I'm expecting somebody above me to throw an elbow?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm
The
gonna do
the slap happens and it works perfectly fine, and they sort of almost stop and stagger as they stop on the place in their spot, a little bit shocked at what's gone on. Greta, could you make a coordination roll for me, please?
A coordination. Oh, that's 3. I like that we keep using the thing I'm good at. 3, 6, 9.
That is also good, and you managed to just shoulder check them a little bit at first.
This one.
Not you,
Push.
but Greta's a little bit worried that you're totally going to miss them. The Greta that can see is a little bit worried that you're totally going to miss them, and you're just going to row into the side of the the bulldozer that's parked at the top there, which is your next point of the chicane. But you check them and they fall over. Basically, they come off their horse and they slip over in the mud. It's a very muddy
very good
construction site. And you've probably bought
Take that,
yourself
Ian from accounting.
a few more seconds. There are no accountants here, but sure. And you see as the first place horse...
Someone in the stand stands up and goes,
What? Why is it always me?
Oh, Kelly, that's so good. I should have thought of that. The first place horse turns left after coming out from between the two vehicles to complete their chicane, and it's on you guys what your plan is.
I'm actually
So are
going to lean a little bit left to give the stack a bit of physical direction, and
Okay.
and say left now, but relatively quietly.
So, Takosh, are we coming towards the tunnel with that we have to run through?
No, you're nowhere near there.
Can you tell us
Nowhere
when
near
it's
there
coming
yet.
up? Because
I certainly will make a point of it. You just come in between the small crane and the small bulldozer, which are parked by the two huts. Ben, make a communications roll for me, please. Sorry, Greta.
Can do. That
Grue.
is
That's the word for crane in French. Grue.
Wonderful. You managed to convey your idea, and assuming that Greta is in accordance, you can turn left with perfect timing.
well, thinking that Greta is overbalancing, I'm going to correct the other way.
You're going to go right.
Yeah. So she doesn't tip us.
well. If I'm leaning to the left, you need to go left in order to stop us tipping over.
I stay by what I said.
Okay.
The reason I
make a
have a one coordination.
Make a coordination roll for me, please.
4.
Ooh.
I haven't said
Yeah,
what I'm going to
it
do yet.
works.
You don't know what happens.
The three Gretas are well in tune with each
Nice.
other at this point. Particularly the current mid Greta and the current bottom Greta. And you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly the right amount of lean to put into your turn, presuming that you are turning. And you succeed and you help stabilize Greta.
What is the name of the person ahead of us, and what colour are they wearing?
That is a very good question. Let me just look through my...
We need a perception roll for that, right?
Well,
My
I
list
would
of
just want to shout insults at them. Really?
The person in front of you is Jess, and they
Jess!
currently have the blue helmet and horse.
And what's her job?
She is just a general day-to-day construction worker like you. They a labourer. They don't have a specific. They're not a carpenter or a brickie or anything else.
I do have actually another question about Jess, though.
Yes.
Is Jess made of 2 squirrels and a badger?
I mean, that's certainly something worth pursuing.
Is she in a trench coat?
No, she does have a similar like jumpsuit to you guys,
Is she bulging in
like the high vis.
unexpected places?
Isn't that a little sexist?
It is a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Which
not
we don't
asking if
stand
they're
for
bouncing
here,
about.
Frankly, Greta, that's not acceptable.
Said you and you narrowly swerved from making her the secretary.
Make a know-how roll for me, please. Ewan is the least likely person, I think.
That's true.
Wait,
Know-how. Oh God, I've only got one
grievous
know-how.
thing.
Hold on a sec.
I've got
Okay.
none.
I got none.
I've got 3. 3 in know-how.
Well, if you've got none roll 2 and take the lowest.
So who's rolling?
I rolled a 1.
Oh God. Okay, so roll 2.
You
and
can
take
all
the
roll
lower.
if you want a chance to see what's going on.
Roll 2.
I'll take this 1 over a 2.
5.
Ooh, that is good. Right, so what we will say is that you succeed and you don't see any bulges where there should or shouldn't. I forget which one you're asking, but you can't see any. And your credibility doesn't change. For this
But
thing.
can I shout a message?
The
forward to
other
her?
two Grettas you can't really tell. It's difficult.
Can I shout a message forward to Jess to try and distract her?
Yes, please be my guest.
Okay, the message is, Jess, Jess. Polly likes to hug your shoes at lunchtime. He takes them out of your locker and tells them his secrets.
Make an influence roll for me, please.
Oh yeah, my implements. It's fucking amazing, mate. 2. Hang on, that's
Are
not
you
my
sure
roll.
it's not
That's one of the
3?
dice. No, which is sick. So, 2. Would you like me to tell you what my stats are? Because I haven't yet cheated.
No, it's fine. Unless you want to list them out, I don't mind. I'm happy with the surprise.
I'm happy to let everybody guess, really. By the way, I rolled a 9 with my amazing poorly insult.
Oh, so you shout out your poor insult about Paulie.
Poor insult. It has its cheese and pickle sandwiches and your size 7 wellies.
There is a definite moment where they sort of pause and look back towards Paulie and the building which holds all the lockers, and you gain some traction on them. However, they do shout back, "Size 7? What do you mean size? I'm not a size 7." And they start looking at you with very squinty, piercing eyes, almost derobing you with their vision,
Ooh,
and you lose some credibility. Not in a good way.
Poorly is okay. Anyway, I was going to shout something poorly, but it's too far away now.
At any rate, you managed to come up to the toilet block that you were in before, the red toilet block, and pass it on the left-hand side of the map as we look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Presuming that you're happy to do so. I think at this point you've got this well enough. You've got experience with horse riding, should we say, running with a broom in between your legs. There's a stack of 3 that you can quite easily make the turn and turn right around the back of the toilet block if you so wish.
As a quick aside, there is actual hobby horse racing as a sport. It happens.
Is that a thing?
I mean, it's a thing if you're sort of one of those home counties, bored 20-something blonde women. Yes, it's a thing. But it is a... Yeah. Sorry, I just thought it'd be a fun... ostentatious pouring! I thought it'd be a fun interlude.
That is a fun interlude. Go with the ostentatious pouring. I approve. And as you make your way along the back, there does appear to be slightly larger than the rest of the course crowd around the back for the first hurdle of the Site National. And as you approach, do you make any preparations or
What's the next thing we're up to? It's the jump, isn't it, next?
Yes, so there's like 2 traffic cones either side, and then in between somebody's like gaffer taped another broom across it to act as like something to go over.
What are my athletics? Oh, it's 3. That's lucky.
Okay. I'm
it
going to say something like, we have to leap a dead horse.
Oh, as opposed to flogging it like normal.
In 3, 2, 1. Now.
Hello.
Can I go whoop while I do it?
Yes, you certainly can. First off, Greta, if you can make a coordination roll for me, please.
Yes.
I'm also going to make one.
That's a 7 for me.
Oh, I got 11. No, I didn't. I got 5, but I'm happy to lie about it.
Wonderful. Greta, you managed to time your communication perfectly, especially with the countdown. Greta, is there anything you'd like to do?
No, I'm happy where I am. I'm taking a break.
And then lastly, Greta, if you could please make an athletics check.
I mean, I
for
think
me.
people are watching us, right? We're in second place. We're gaining on the leader. We're shouting crazy shit. Everybody's watching, right?
I mentioned there were more people around at this point.
I mean, we're doing this whole thing in plain sight.
I would argue that the communication was probably in plain sight.
I would argue
because you're trying to hide something, but communicating between yourselves, and you did it in plain sight.
I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm a bird in a trench coat jumping over a broom, my friend.
One of 3 birds in the trench coat.
And the result
Yes, okay, sure. Go ahead. Make it with an extra dice and remove the lowest before giving me the total, if you please.
Okay, because my athletics is only 2. Oh, holy shit, 9.
Okay, that is good enough. There is no change to the credibility, but you expertly leap over the broom that is.
And as I go, like that.
And as you do that, whilst you're midair, you overtake Jess as you're leaping over this. The jump, basically, the crowd loves it. They go wild, and you are now in first position, heading into the tunnel. It's one of those big round concrete tubes that you see all over the place.
Yep.
If you're familiar with
big,
what
how
I mean.
tall are we talking?
That is a very good question. I mean, it's big enough for you to all fit in. Certainly, of your stature, you're 3 birds in a trench coat.
Okay.
So the tallest of the jockeys might have to stoop a little bit.
Is the broom
big
going to
enough
get
to
stuck?
run
Oh,
through.
the broom will go through it then. Okay.
Yeah. No, I was just
Yeah, well, I
slightly
mean,
worried
hopefully
that we'd
holding
end
it
up with.
parallel to your body.
I was slightly worried we'd end up with me running along the top of it, and the other 2 going through it, and giving the entire building site nightmares for the rest of their lives.
Well, there's still time for that because this isn't the only thing we're doing today.
Would you say that the lead pipe or the cement pipe is a straightaway? It's fairly long, right?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what.
Okay, because if it's a nice straight way we're running, then I'm going to lean forward so that we'll get a little extra speed.
Okay,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it. That is good.
Oh.
Go ahead and make an athletics roll for me, please.
A 4.
Wonderful. And you lean into it. Greta, you notice that the middle part of your body is starting to lean a bit forward, and you sort of get carried away as the head by it yourself. And Greta, you can feel that the rest of your body is almost urging you faster and faster and faster.
I go.
And you do gain a bit of speed.
Fantastic.
Whilst making horsey noises.
And obviously we've
insulted the
entered the
French.
pipe ahead of Jess, so
Yes.
and this is not going to be an easy place to overtake. So I assume we're going to emerge ahead as well.
No, indeed. I mean, things could be done. You could potentially, try.
I wanted to leave the broom outside so she falls over it, but I'm not that mean. I am absolutely that mean. I just didn't think of saying it in time.
I mean, I would. You've You could do that if you want. I think
I think we need to
the
finish with
spirit of the game is to cross the line with your horse.
the spirit of the game is to win, Ewan.
Well, that's true.
At any cost.
And as you come out of it, there's there's quite a sharp, almost hairpin right-hand turn to take you back towards the finish line, which then turns left again before heading off straight. You can only really notice it because it's marked out by a few workers, sort of like paving.
Do we have a water jump coming up? Did I remember that right?
There is a water jump coming up. Due to the nature of the slightly sharp turn, just if all three of you could make one more coordination roll for me.
Yep, can do that.
And then we'll deal with the water jump.
3.
8.
10.
Oh, very good. You make it with ease. In fact, you gain a little bit more ground on Jess, and you are by clear out in front now. As you approach the water jump, which is the same, not the same cones, but the same structure as the previous jump. However, this time there does appear to be some water the other side that is a bit of a puddle.
What are we talking about? Like a couple of inches? Like, is it a big puddle? Is it like a toddler puddle, or a Dr. Foster went to Gloucester puddle?
I'll tell you what. As you asked, please make a know-how roll for me.
Oh, absolutely piss off, Ewan. Okay, fine.
What? Anybody else who wishes to do so, you can do the same.
I got a 5. Ha!
Out of my 2 1s, because I have a 0 in know-how, I'll take my 1.
Yeah. Oh, well, I have a 0 now, and I got a 5. I don't know how I'm rolling this well. It's not going to last very much longer.
And Greta, what did you get? Unless you don't want to.
Greta's a bit dice shy.
I
Greta prefers
didn't
dice
decide to
10.
roll.
Okay, cool.
See.
My
It's hard
know-how
to-
is a 1, and I thought it would be risky.
Yeah, but of the 3 of us, you're the one with the knowledge
Yours
there.
is the highest.
That's common sense.
I mean, this figures for the way this game is going. To be fair, you look at the puddle, and it's hard to tell. You know, it's still early in the morning, and the sun's shining from that direction, so there's a bit of glare off of it. But as a cloud passes in front of the sun, you suddenly think, "This looks quite deep."
I
Deep
think
was definitely not a puddle, and it's time to make the jump.
I think
Please go
instinct's
on.
going to kick in here, and I'm going to flap my arms to help give us a little airlift as we go across.
Do you know what? You're birds as well, so.
Like I
like
said,
it.
instinct.
Mm.
Are you? I'm sorry. Just let me clarify. Are you holding on to me somehow? Or are we just about to be cleft into?
Talons in the shoulder.
Pretty
Who
much.
knows?
Yep. My work boots are clamped to either side of your head.
Oh God, I'm being held by Lucy Lawless.
Things I knew I was going to hear one day on the stream, but I didn't expect it to be today.
Between sisters.
Is there anything else anybody else would like to do? You get the feeling that this puddle is not a puddle, and that perhaps some joker has dug out a slightly deeper hole with one of the
It's
diggers.
an M. Night
that's around.
Shyamalan movie plot
Yeah.
hole. That's what it is. You,
Okay.
you jump in that, and you end up in another world where there are dragons and tigers.
Oh, that would be good. I could totally switch it up on you.
It would not be a one shot anymore, though.
No way, yeah, that's true.
That would be very tall. 3 tigers in a
Um,
trench coat.
In that case, if you could please, in fact, both Greta and Greta make an athletics roll for me, if you would.
Excellent. And this will be in plain sight again, will it not?
Yeah, it's definitely in plain sight. Come on. My feet are
Yeah,
about to leave the ground for longer than gravity should allow for.
You're trying to hide the fact that you're pulling up the rest of your body.
Exactly. It'll just look impressive.
And the wings, to be fair, because most totally real human adults don't have wings. Last
To
time I
be
checked.
fair, the fact that we have wings is a bit cheating when it comes to making this jump.
It is, but the fact it was brought up, I like, so I'm going to go with it.
I rolled a 7.
This is a hard check, though. I'll give you that. No, not when I roll.
Is there an accumulated number that we have to hit? So like we all have to roll 7s and cumulatively hit 21 or something. How is this working?
Right. So for this particular one, I would say that I'm taking 2 different rolls off of the both of you, and you both have to meet. It's not a particular number.
Sorry.
I will roll 1, 2, or
both?
3 dice.
There's 3 of us. Which both?
I don't think other Greta is rolling.
No, I mean,
unless
I'm happy
other Greta
to
wishes to do something.
try and use a communication to time
Why
it.
Why does Ben get to default?
Well, because
I
I'm
did
not
just say
actually
Greta and
doing
Greta.
any of the physical labour.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, all my high numbers are in talking, so.
So I'm rolling 1, 2, or 3 dice, depending on how hard I think the check is.
Okay.
And then we're comparing your number to my number.
So
That makes
when we're
sense.
adding one, because we're using a special ability, we're supposed to be taking the lowest off.
The lowest away.
Oh,
all right.
bugger it. Okay.
So that'll be a 5 then that I rolled. So I have a 1, so I rolled 2 dice. I take the lowest 4 away.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
Can
Oh,
I
I
have
only
another
rolled
go at
2.
communicating to help them time it?
Hang on.
Yeah, sure.
roll 3d6. Okay, I got 9.
11.
And Greta? Blimey.
It's
Well,
a
the good
thing
news
of
is
beauty.
you all succeed, and the credibility is for me to
Dun,
take
dun,
count.
dun, 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 dun.
Actually, that balances. Yeah. Okay. So it is a thing of beauty, and it almost goes into slow motion as you take that final step and push off Greta.
Chariots
And
of
you're
Fire
getting
music
ready.
is playing.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing?
Someone somewhere has got the site radio on, and for some reason they're playing Chariots of Fire. And you suddenly feel, as your last foot pushes off, you suddenly feel this clamping vice around your head, and this odd force lifting you upwards. Something that you know as a bird, but you're not flapping your wings. Some kind of miracle or magic is happening here, and then you realise that it's Greta above you, soaring through the air with another Greta on top of their head. And it just about gives you enough to carry over what is, as you look down, a very really deep ditch full of water that somebody has clearly dug, trying to get a laugh out of this race. The
What have we
crowd
done
all
it?
gasps as you make it, and they can't quite believe it. And it's a straight run to the finish.
Ah,
As you make your way just to the south of the 2 vehicles there, you look behind and you see Jess, who has leapt over the final water hurdle and landed in the puddle, not expecting there to be a floor much higher up than there actually is, and is now kind of like waist deep in this water, like with their arms held out, like, who did this? And you win the race.
Doom.
Congratulations.
That was
I
excellent.
run around in a circle, and the horse is like, like I make sure that the horse is doing horsey things.
Magnifique.
Yeah.
Making 3 different sounds.
Nous avons gagné!
all at once.
All at once.
Your what is it? I forget the word. The number of sounds an electronic device can make at the same time. Anyway, it's good. It's good for a human. The crowd all cheers. Paulie comes up to you and says, "That was. I'm going to be honest. I've never seen anyone do that. That was That was some jump. Did you used to do athletics or something?
Can I slow down to a trot and do that thing that racehorses often do after a big race, where they're finally letting out their tension and it comes out in the way of farts that go.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pee. I'm glad you said that.
As they're trotting along, they just do the.
No, I'm going to say no. All French people can do that.
Good voice.
And as he goes to hand you what the money, you hear this almost like foghorn that rings out throughout the site, and then what is going on here? And you turn around and you see the gaffer, the site boss, Mr. Johnson, has just walked onto the site. He's looking over at Jess. What are they do? Why is there a hole in the middle of my site?
While he's looking at that, I want to sleight of hand that wad of money into our pocket.
Oh yeah, go for it. So give me a stealth. I will say this is definitely in plain sight, so you can roll an extra dice and take away the lowest.
I rolled 9 then.
Oh, go ma'am.
Yeah. In fact, you're gaining a credibility for that. If anyone, do you guys want to know what you're on? Or are you happy just to wing it and see what happens?
We're just very credible. That's all.
Yeah.
You're just over mid-range credible. We'll put it.
£12,000. What do you mean over mid-range? We're on like 8.
We have all of the credible.
Let's go with 8. No, let's say 3. Isn't it 3? Sucks. Isn't everything 3?
Wow.
Anyway, sorry. No, you're not on 3. It's fine. Don't worry. You managed.
I've been
to
behaving
take
myself
the money.
up till now.
Oh God,
Jesus.
that's behaving. Way to go, sis.
You do indeed manage to take the money and place it in a pocket before anybody has really noticed what's going on. Paul looks over to you and is like, yeah, it's fine, it's yours, and scurries off into the meeting room. And eventually, after some firm words and some tellings off, you all make your way into the meeting room.
No, my legs. I'm so tired.
It's all right. The seats. Everyone sat around tables.
I don't want to be the legs anymore. I want to be the legs.
Time to dip into the washroom again.
Go on, Greta. Make it quick though, because I've got to let everyone know what they're doing. I've got an important job for you today.
He made me. It's like slaves. It's like being a gladiator. He made me.
Just a moment. And yes, try and sort of cover the fact that we will make our way quickly to the loo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you may do so, and there is nobody else in there because everyone else is preparing and receiving their jobs for the day and getting a bit of a debrief from Mr. Johnson. You can change your order if you so wish.
I don't care where I go. I just don't want to be legs anymore.
You did so well, Greta.
Oh, I'm so tired. What was that shit you did with your boots on my head? What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, man. Did
I
you learn
will
that
go
karate?
in the middle since I haven't done that before.
Hey, I don't want to.
All right, I'm on the bottom.
Fine. Wait, Ben in the middle, Kelly at the bottom, me on the top. I've got 3 pieces of paper, and I'm arranging them according to which order we are. That's how I keep up.
That's a much better idea than mine. So yes, for anybody keeping track at home, Greta is on top, Greta is in the middle, and Greta is the legs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is basically the problem with your 3 pieces of paper design.
Why? Kelly's at the bottom, Ben's in
Just
the
got
middle.
Greta written on each one.
No, I've got me, Ben, and Kelly written on them.
Oh, I see. That would actually be more helpful, yeah.
I have indeed gone for an S, a B, and a K.
Well,
So.
I say that, but I've got me and in brackets Greta. Ben in brackets Greta. Kelly in brackets Greta.
I have
The key is
Greta
in
and
the
in brackets
details.
Ben.
An interesting and philosophical look at how we each see each other in whatever it is we're doing at the minute. I have no idea at this point. But presumably, you make your way towards the meeting room.
Yes.
Unless there's anything else you want to do on the way whilst you're
No.
I'm
happy
heading
to
for
do
the
that.
door.
alone on site.
I'm saying the French things. Oh, God, quick, give me the hat. Pass up the hat.
What hat?
The yellow hat. You're still wearing it. I should be on my head now.
That was just for the hobby horse thingy.
I want to wear it. It was nice.
All right.
The good news is that everybody is expected to wear their safety equipment whilst on site, and you did pick up the yellow hat, which is indeed just your general labourer around site hat. There's no special designation given to it, so you may wear that. And as you walk back in the room, Mr. Johnson says to you, good, glad to see you could join us, and you're wearing the correct equipment. Well done.
I nod.
Yep.
Very smugly.
There's a bit of a look,
Merci.
but nothing to worry about.
Hello, le boss.
Now,
C'est chouette. Quoi?
now, please take a seat. Let's be sensible here, because we've all got our jobs to do today, including me. They're passing around the bit of paper that's for the lunch order. So if you know what you want for lunch, write it down, and we'll get that at some point. As I was saying, Paulie, you're on the diggers for me. You know what you're doing. Everybody else knows. Greta, sorry, my apologies.
I will let it go just as once.
It's the French pronunciation. It gets me every time, but I'm trying my hardest.
You English, it's fine.
Listen, what I need you to do today is we've reached the top of phase 1 of the building. So all those bricks that you took up there yesterday, I'm going to need you to get most of them back down and move to cross over onto phase 2, so that we can start building phase 2 and finish the next set of construction on phase 1. If you look at the map, just as an FYI for the players, the building to which you took all the bricks to the top of yesterday is the one, the L-shaped one at the bottom, or the upside down mirrored L at the bottom. Phase 2 is the one directly above it that is in dotted lines. The dotted lines are foundations for the time being, but eventually it will be an identical building to the one in front of it.
Would you say that it's within throwing distance then?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how good a thrower you are with your wings, but I'd say it's an option. Definitely, could probably make it.
Attention!
Any of us as real humans, Kelly, Silks, and Ben and Ewan could probably make it. But that is your task for the day.
I feel uncomfortably left out of that list.
I said socks,
Okay.
didn't I?
Yes.
I meant to. If I didn't,
You did.
I
Good.
just not
I'm
doing
glad
it.
I'm
and be
glad
offended.
I'm not
That's
losing
fine.
it, because
You just didn't use a French accent. That's all.
I'll be honest.
Oh, that would be it. I'm sure set in this game.
My apologies, Shazette. Anyway, everyone else seems to nod along, and you get passed around a bit of paper that's got a long list of people's lunch orders. If you want to order anything for lunch,
Ooh, chocolate
Like-
crickets.
Can I stamp on Greta's shoulder and say, "Oh, so help me, mon Dieu, if I have to eat the pork and pickle pie again, this awful, stodgy, quoi? You don't even know the words. If you order that, I will unleash my fury."
I'm going to write on the piece of paper fried egg sandwich.
Wait, hang on. Kelly's at the bottom and Ben's... See, I even managed to fuck that up. Okay. Ben's in the middle. Kelly's on the bottom. All right.
I'm going to sneak my hands out while they're, or one wing out while they're talking, and I'm going to write on the board, chocolate crickets.
Dis donc, you know it upsets them.
Make a subterfuge roll for me, please.
Subterfuge? What the hell is that?
Is that in plain sight again?
Stealth. Sorry, stealth.
Stealth. Okay.
Stealth is in plain sight. My brain is on a completely different game.
All right, there. The fit rolls finally failed me. Take the lowest one away, which is a 1, so that's a 5.
Okay, that's fine. That's all good because my roll was terrible as well. So you managed to do so. Nobody seems to make too much or make too much of a big deal out of it or notice, and you managed to sneak away your wing out of the legs of the suit and up to table level, and somehow take the pen off of Greta, and write reasonably well on the paper that you want some chocolate crickets as well.
I mean, cricket balls, chocolate cricket. You know how you like to play that silly little game with pens and people.
I'm sorry, what? Mr. Johnson says to Greta.
The chocolate cricket, you know, the ball with the hard bit, and you throw it, and then it hits the wooden bits, and it goes, whoa!
Listen, it's nowhere near Easter. I can't get you any Easter eggs. And to be fair, that's probably pushing it for your lunch order. Just write down what you want, and I'll take care of it, okay? Meanwhile, Greta is
half-drowned. Yes, where is she?
She has made her way back in. She's changed out of the drenched.
Bless her.
Like, oddly enough, they're the only other person in here that's wearing the same as you, like the boiler suit, the high-vis boiler suit, all in onesie. Everyone else has sort of just got either a hoodie or a high-vis jacket on and their helmet. But they've got changed. They've made their way in. They're still looking a little bit bedraggled. Their hair's a mess, but they are there, and they seem happy enough. They're joking around with somebody else sat next to them. Greta, just very quickly, did you just write down one fried egg sandwich and that's it?
Yes. Yeah, there is only one of us, remember. Greta.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, obviously. You pass the list along, and everyone starts to exit out and go to their days.
I mean, we're birds. Wrong.
Blending
What's wrong with you, Ben?
in.
Jesus. Yes, we eat our young to look like them.
There's a reason I didn't like eggs.
As if.
Don't mention the word that'll get us banned on Twitch, whatever you do.
Yeah.
That's why in France they can't have 2 eggs for breakfast, because in France 1 egg is enough. Come on!
That is pretty good. I like that. And everyone else files out of the room and starts going about. Paulie jumps in one of the vehicles and starts moving it over towards the second site, looking to dig out a bit more of the foundations. Jess has gone over to the bottom building, phase 1, and starts pottering around the building there, doing some checks and some work, and looks like putting some cladding up and bits and pieces around the brick structure, which has now been completed. And you are
Is there like a
free to do what you wish.
type affair, like a mechanical thing that can reach up?
It doesn't appear as though there is. This is not the most not the wealthiest of building firms. They do have a digger, and they do have like a scissor lift to lift things up, but certainly nowhere near the top of the building that you're going to. You're going to the 13th. The 13th floor is the top of the building. So
13th floor.
Oh, good.
there is scaffolding put up around the outside.
There must at least be a
which
rope
will give you
and pulley and a
access
board or
egress.
something.
It's probably an elevator.
Right, let me explain. There is no elevator. There is is the red section around the L-shaped building is your scaffolding, which will let you get up and let you get down. At the very left top-hand side of that, there is a pulley, which they predominantly use to hoist up scaffolding
Bricks.
poles to the very top of the 13th floor.
Like
once
window
they're
washers.
delivering it. No,
honestly-
not like a platform that goes up. It's literally they will. They've got a rope that goes down. They'll tie the rope around the scaffolding pole. They'll hoist it up. Someone at the top will take it off and put it onto the next level of scaffolding. You know from taking the bricks up there that there are numerous hods around on which you can carry bricks over your shoulder up and down the scaffolding. If that is your preferred way to move the bricks.
My preferred way is not to move the bricks.
So you
No.
have to
Well,
you have to climb a ladder essentially to get up to the 13th floor.
there's a series of ladders, so it's not one ladder. There's a level of scaffolding per floor, so there'll be 13 levels, and there'll be ladders on each leading to the floor above you.
So 13 ladders. Is that's what you're saying?
Yeah, is that what we're saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I mean-
around that number. Yeah, certainly.
Not to be superstitious in any way that happens in these type of games. But 13 ladders seems like a truly terrible idea.
Actually, it sounds like a science fiction movie.
It does.
13 ladders.
It's M. Shyamalan again, isn't it?
Hmm. All right.
But
Well, start climbing. I hope somebody's holding on.
there is other stuff around. There's a couple of bulldozers. There is a digger that will lift up reasonably.
Who is the
reasonably high. There's a
most
scissor
junior
lift.
person?
Lift.
Oh, hang on.
There is
We know
the pulley. There's a load of empty barrels. There's some pallets. The just general stuff you would find on the building site. Lots of those
Okay.
concrete tubes.
So, do you remember
Sorry.
Jeff that we threw insults at earlier? I say we.
Yeah.
collectively.
Yes.
Where is he?
I mean, you've
Right.
thrown insults at a lot of people, to be honest. But yeah.
But we're we're just kind like that. We're really generous.
Make a know-how check for me. To
I
see
know
Jeff.
how to check to see Jeff.
Maybe we can use a bulldozer to knock down the level of the building so we can get to the bricks.
Yeah, it's one less to climb.
Okay, roll 2d6. I'll take the lowest. 2.
You step out of the door and you start looking around for Jeff, and you see him. He's off the building, which I have not yet described, which isn't actually a building. It's more like a storage container. Next to the right of the toilets, he's hidden behind there and he's having a quick cigarette. He looks like he doesn't want to be seen. But as you do, you sort of you stumble out of the door, left over where somebody's left one of their brooms or horses, if you will, and you feel like you're starting to topple. Go ahead and make a group coordination check for me, please.
Yep.
You will be.
Coordination check.
What were we
You
doing? I
were
was busy
using
counting
one-
money.
Whilst you were looking for Jeff, you managed to trip over a broom that was left in the doorway.
Is it our
you
room?
That makes sense.
No, it's not yours.
And also, are we falling over in plain sight?
Yeah, go on then. All of you plain sight me. And an extra
No,
dice,
because
take
I already
whatever
rolled a
the
I
six.
lowest.
was
I can't get back.
absolutely prepared to fight for that one to the death, just so you know.
Right.
Yeah, you're trying to hide the facts. You are losing your credibility due to the last roll, but there is the opportunity to gain one back.
Well, I just hit a 20 for
Okay.
the. Oh no, you. Okay,
You
so
take away
no,
the lowest.
you take away the lowest.
So
So,
you get
I
16.
got 16.
Which is
So-
I got a
ridiculous.
6.
I got
That is some roll.
10.
Oh, you all do spectacular. In fact, I'm gonna give you 2 credibility for that because that's
Did one of those things where you trip it.
way more than you need. It's outside the rules, but who cares?
did one of
Now,
those
by
things where
my
you,
reckoning,
you trip
we're
and
back
do
up to 10,
Spectacular
right?
roll.
We're back to 10 on the credibility by my reckoning.
You're currently on 7. I haven't been telling every time I've taken them away.
Oh, you absolute tyke.
Sorry. I'm trying to keep track with what all three of you are doing, to be honest, which is takes up the majority
It's
of
a
my
challenge.
time. Let's just put it that way.
I think you have it out for Greta.
Greta's not feeling the love at this point, no.
But Greta, you do spot Jeff behind that building having.
Oh, hey, Jeff! I mean, le Jeff! Quoi?
Do you make your way over to him, or are you just shouting this across the building side?
Listen,
I mean, or both.
allons, Jeff.
Bonjour. I've been trying to learn. As I know.
Try harder. We
I'm sorry,
have
what?
to. Kelly, when you corpse, I corpse. Stop it.
Nobody corpse.
Okay. Monsieur le chef, il faut bringing down the bricks de building là.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to use English. My French isn't that good. I've really been trying, but I've got bonjour.
Est-ce que tu help us descendre les briques?
The toilet's just over there. And he points towards the toilet block. What's
No,
Sunday mean?
monsieur, pas that kind of brick, malheureusement. En fait, je voudrais you helping me get the bricks off ce bâtiment.
Oh, I see. Greta, please make an influence roll for me.
Okay. I don't understand the fuss. I don't know why they're laughing. I'm a little bit confused. Also, I feel like I'm speaking this brilliant French in plain sight. I mean, in front of a person who can clearly hear that I'm speaking to him.
Go on then.
Okay, roll 3d6. 11 ons, if you will.
Did you take away the lowest?
Oh no, 10 D's.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "Well, I have been given my own job to do, but well, you know, I've been learning French for you, so I suppose the least I can do is help you to move some of those bricks."
I appreciate le français learning. C'est très bien.
Oui.
Also, j'ai gagné all this money after le ras. So let's go drinking ce soir. Après.
I haven't had one of those before, but yeah, ce soir sounds good. Is it a lager?
Stella à toi ce soir. Quoi? I'm a little poet. What? And it kicks.
Okay. Let me just finish this, and I'll meet you up there.
Jeff. Okay, d'accord. Don't be too long. Je t'attends. And then Greta gives him a cute little wink with her giant bulging eyes.
Wonderful. Greta, are you doing anything to help, or
I'm not sure what I can do to
otherwise impede this? This is your choice. Okay, perfect. What's the plan after that? Do you make your way?
As soon as my feet start walking, I will stop talking.
Okay, we start moving.
But so far, I'm pretty much planted here.
Feet, which way are you going?
Find the first ladder and step on it.
Very good.
Okay.
Arms, are you doing anything?
Yes, arms out. I will take firm grip of the sides of the ladder and try and try and coordinate as best I can with the climbing.
I look up.
Wonderful.
I do that thing that owls do when they can turn their heads almost entirely 180 degrees, and I say to Jeff, "Up I go, loud."
I was going to say make a stealth roll, but
Je
turns out
monte.
you're not trying to do it that way.
I'm trying to be charming.
Nope. In plain sight, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, Greta, make an influence roll for me. Greta, make a coordination roll for me, and Greta, make an athletics roll for me.
Okay, I'm going to make the coordination roll because I'm shit at the
No.
other two.
You're the influence roll. Greta,
I know.
please, if you would.
Mine
But
is
you did
10.
also say plain sight.
Yeah, you can have plain sight for this. In fact, all three of you can, as it's now been established that Jeff is watching. My apologies.
Excellent.
Still 10.
Right, Kelly, what was yours?
2.
2.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Massa, a tribune, and
Yes.
no dice.
Greta, what was yours?
It was 8.
Okay. And Greta, what was yours?
I got a 10 all in.
Very good.
Ben
Your
loves
credibility
rolling d10s.
overall has gone up by 1. Jeff looks a little bit taken aback. He sort of steps back a couple of times. Says, "Why? Is that yoga? I've been hearing good things about yoga, flexibility, and all that."
C'est le Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, he looks very flummoxed by what he has no idea what you've just said. But however, with that roll, you did manage to make it up halfway to the building without any issue whatsoever. If you could all, anybody who's aiding in climbing the second half, make another roll for me. That'd be wonderful. Greta, yours will be a coordination. Greta, yours will be an.
And still in plain sight, I assume.
Everything, let me know.
I'm
Yes.
whistling in a busy work fashion.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad it's in plain sight because it was a 1 and now a 5.
Yes, I'm glad it's in plain sight as well. That is a total of 8.
I'm trying to recall how we did this yesterday.
Very good. And other Greta, sorry if you're whistling, just make an influence roll for me. Just
Everybody's
No.
whistling. What are you talking about? Everybody's whistling here.
well, they're not yet.
But this is how we work.
If you do really well.
This is how builders work, right? They just whistle
see
and
what
then stuff gets done. Coordinate. What am I doing? Communication.
Influence.
Oh, influence.
Influence.
Oh, that's better. That's 2. Thank you. Am I still in plain sight because Jeff's still watching?
You can be in plain sight if you want, but nobody else will pay attention if you succeed.
That's fine.
Okay.
12.
Oof,
I maxed out on a
Wow.
stupid whistle. What?
that is ridiculous. And you you do succeed, but you do it subtly enough that nobody notices you're in plain sight and nothing.
Yeah, but I'm whistling cheeky girls now, and no one has a clue, mate.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. And nobody knows that you're a closet Cheeky Girls fan. The climbing of the ladder goes wonderfully. However, you do not gain any credibility. But don't lose it either. And you make your way to the top, and you see a wide open roof that has yet to have had the finishing touches put on. There is a safety barrier all the way around. As you reach the top of the scaffolding, when you look to your left, there's the pulley with a rope strung over it already that can be used to move stuff up. There is a quite a mass, a big pile of bricks up there, and if you were to look over, you can see a couple of those rectangular things that are skips, and you can see some empty barrels, and that is where you currently find yourself. And this feels like.
Is there
Sorry.
anyone else up there? First, before.
There isn't at this moment in time, no.
Okay. Thank you.
And that feels like a really good moment for us to take a break.
Lovely.
Okay, we
So we will take
will take a break for a few minutes.
a brief 15-minute break from this chaos so that I can collectively go find a stronger drink, I think. And then we will be back.
Right.
Thank God we didn't pick cats.
We will take a few minutes for the three of
Feels
us
like I'm herding cats, Kelly.
to plan and for Ewan to reconsider all of the choices that led him to this point.
Every single one.
And we'll
And to
see
take
you
back
in a
that
few
note
minutes.
you just wrote me.
See you in a few.
Bye.
And we're back.
Hello, and welcome back to this collective nonsense that is instantly making me regret my my entire life up until this point. All jokes aside, I am joined by the three wonderful players that you see in the screens below me, who are hilarious and wonderful role players. So,
Yes, that's
a
it.
midway thank you to the three of them, Kelly, Socks, Ben. Thank you very much. I've had a blast of a time. It's been great fun. You join us as a human greeter. Is on the construction site. Their totally mundane human task of clearing some bricks down from the building on the map, which is the lower inverted mirrored L, one of the two, if not both, back down to the floor because they brought up too many yesterday, which is good for them because they're paid by the brick, which is not good for the companies because construction needs to begin on phase 2 very shortly, which is the dotted outline, the foundations of the building above. They are on top of the roof. They've just climbed the scaffolding. If you look over the side, there's things you would expect to find around a building site. There's loads of tools. There's a couple of diggers. There's a crane, not high enough to reach up to the 13th floor on which they currently stand. There are some empty barrels, there's some full-up barrels, there's some skips of varying degrees of empty or fullness, loads of pallets, and some of those big concrete round cylinders. They, however, do have a brief moment on top of the building, just to backtrack a little bit, before Jeff, who they have coerced into helping them to remove these bricks, joins them. So if there is anything they wish to do whilst they are alone on top of this building, now would be a very good time to do it.
I need to let out a fart because I've been holding in for.
No!
Look, if you eat that awful
No!
chocolate crap,
I started
The
climbing.
good news
Greta.
is the good news is that Greta is currently the head of the stack of three. I don't even know what we're saying. What are we saying here? Putus. That is in fact a disguised as a human inside of a high-vis boiler suit. And as being that you are the top, could you please make a stealth roll for me, please?
sure. Oh, I'll do it in the right window as well. That's how much I like you. Roll.
Thank you.
Stealth.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that's not going to be in plain sight. I take it.
Probably not. No.
5.
You successfully. How are you trying to do this? Are you trying to do it without Greta and Greta knowing?
Oh, I don't give a shit if they know or not. I'm going to fart. That's the reason I had to warn them is because if there's anybody around them, they're going to be like, your fart came from the back of your neck and not where your ass should be.
The two of you both definitely notice, and the
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Plus, that one makes
very
me
clear.
eat fried eggs, and that one makes me eat chocolates. There's going to be
Chocolate
some
crickets,
digestive
indeed.
tract stuff happening.
And there is, in fact, some digestive tract stuff happening. But very shortly after that, if there's nothing else that you wish to do, Jeff joins you on the roof and he says, right, look.
Bonjour,
gonna-
Jeff. Salut, ça va?
Bonjour.
You have another word, haven't you? Well done, bien.
Oui. No, I always know bonjour. Anyway, look. Yes, you know me. I'm up for breaking the rules. I like a little. I like a little site national. I like the old cheeky fag behind the building over there. And I'm just thinking of you. You get paid by the brick on jobs like this. There's got to be a quicker way of moving these things down than hauling them over our shoulder on hods. There's tons of them.
Is there something a little bit bouncy we can put at the bottom on the floor?
Well, I mean, other than Paulie and his beer belly, you'll be hard pushed to find something a bit bouncy around here.
Because
I've got a trampoline at home, though. If you're interested, after I was after I had a few soirs tonight.
Achetez moi le dinner first. Chouette. Yes. Maybe we could push all the bricks and then just pick up the ones that do not break on the way down.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, we could push them or throw. Listen, actually, no, that's really dangerous. Mr. Johnson, he is going to be really upset if you start throwing bricks off of the 13th floor of a building.
Yeah.
I can tell you now that is not a good idea. Look, and he points over the edge, and you see a couple of people just walking past casually. They would have no idea until,
But after winning the race with all the money, j'ai beaucoup d'argent maintenant. All l'argent, my legs, mes jambes.
It was a large amount of money, all right.
L'argent. J'ai very tired jambes, and I could stay. Je peux rester up here, and loading up les briques sur le board, and you could faire descendre for le Stella Artois later.
Yeah, oui, Stella Artois.
Oui, Stella Artois.
He looks very, very confused at this point. He says, "Hey, there is a pulley over there. We could get one of those empty barrels, hoist it up, and then lower the bricks down in that."
Bien, oui, ça, defo. I mean, définitivement.
We know a song about this.
I tell you what, your legs are tired.
Straight tired.
You've got to carry up here. You've got to carry all those bricks over to the barrel. Do you want me to do that bit, or do you want to?
Oh, Jeff, you are my favorite person of this whole morning. So
Well, let's get it done. Let's get it done quickly though, because I've got my own work to do. So don't hang around.
That sounds good. So I'll sit down.
Oh, exaggerated achy noises.
No. Listen, you've got to go down and hoist up the empty barrel.
Oh, fine. Bien. En bas.
Just stand down there. Use your arms up and down. I'll tell you when it's loaded, and you empty them out down the bottom. Just tip it over. It'll be fine. They won't break.
That's a good idea. Come
and
on,
then hoist up the other empty barrel, and we'll do it again.
Legs.
No, I just climbed 13 ladders. I'm not going nowhere.
Legs. Jeff, mes jambes ne marchent plus. They are really. I ran a race and then I climbed, and now this whole roof thing. Je ne plus walking.
I mean, there's more walking to be done up here, but if you'd rather I go down, I'm happy to hoist up the barrel if you want.
Maybe you do the walking up here and then you go down.
But the barrel's down there. It's not even up here yet.
Well, then you could
There's just a rope around the pulley.
Stella Artois, Jeff.
Make an influence roll for me, please.
S'il vous plaît, Stella Artois.
If you please.
Influence.
Can
this
I?
is definitely plain sight, right?
Can I help with that by loosening up one of those bills that we just won in that wad of money and letting it fall to the ground by Jeff's foot?
Oh, Jeff, c'est quoi ça?
Yeah, go on then. Greta, make a stealth roll, and Greta make an influence roll. Greta, do you want to do anything?
No. I like the plan though.
Okay.
8 for stealth.
Oh, whoopsie, Jeff. J'ai laissé tomber this tenner sur la ground.
Greta, what did you roll for your influence? Oh, sorry, it's there, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So you don't gain any credibility, but he subtly bends down and picks up the note, pops it into a top pocket on this polo shirt that he's wearing underneath his high-vis jacket.
Ilya, more where that came from, Jeff.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, you get paid more than this. If this, once we've got a barrel load down there, you're getting more than that, but just, remember, I scratch your back.
Oh, and you buy me dinner before you scratch mine, monsieur.
And he suddenly perks up a little bit and starts scurrying down the ladder, and you once again find yourself alone on top of the building. If there's anything you wish to do at this moment in time.
Hey, girls. I think Jeff's within reach.
Oh God.
Are you suggesting we eat him tonight?
I think he's a bit skinny.
I'm
But he's
definitely not grabbing Jeff.
But we could put him in a cage and hang him over the piano. It'd be nice. It'd be pretty.
Use him as a counterweight.
No, I mean like birds. Like they put birds in cages. We could put them in cages. It's like a quid pro quo thing. I read it in a book, like Reader's Digest or something.
That's a possibility. Can he sing?
I will ask him. Le chef, est-ce que tu peux singing? Off the side of the building.
Yeah, a song would be nice. He's sort of like 2/3 of the way down the scaffolding and still has no idea what that means in French. Yeah, sing. It will speed me up. Greta, please make
Influence?
make a communications roll for me, please.
We need a sexiness stat because Kelly's got all of it.
Indeed.
8.
What?
8's good.
That is indeed. It doesn't change your credibility, but he does seem to speed up a little bit. It's got a bit of spring in his step now. You can see if you peer over the sides that he's, grabbed one of the empty barrels. He's rolled it over. It's quite heavy, so he's rolled it over on its base and kept turning it. He's tying it to the end of the rope that's at the bottom, and grabs the other end. He started pulling it up. It's gone quite well. It eventually reaches the top, and you hear Jeff's voice shout out. You sure you can't put some brick? It'd save a lot of time me going up and down this scaffolding every time to load it back up with bricks.
Quick, go to the edge of the roof.
Okay, move to the edge of the roof and hopefully stop in time.
I'm gonna lean over and go. Oh, but my legs are so tired.
Can I throw a brick over?
Yeah, you can. What are you aiming to do with this brick?
Oh no!
Just get the people out of the way down below in case more fall.
Ah,
There are a
Jeff!
couple of people walking around. There's definitely someone in the cab of the bulldozer that's off to the side of the next building. Make an athletics roll for me, please.
Excellent. Got a 6.
Sorry. That is good. Where are you aiming for?
I'm trying to make as much noise on the way down so I can get as many platforms as possible.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of skims the outside of the building and the scaffolding, and
Beautiful.
and everyone goes, oh yeah, there's loads of shouts that come up. Watch what you're doing up there. God.
Oh, Jeff! Sorry.
Jeff's
Désolé.
Jeff at this point at the make an influence roll for me.
Me? You don't want me to do
Yes.
that.
No, Greta. Sorry, yes, Greta.
Okay. But I'm clearly rolling in plain sight. Everybody's looking at me and shouting about the brick.
Yeah, go on then.
11.
Some quick maths. You're doing indeed gain of credibility. And Jeff throws up his hands. Says, I'm sorry. And as he's thrown up his hands, the barrel that he'd hoisted to the top, you notice, has just started to fall.
Oh no.
Can I step on a rope so it doesn't fall?
Yeah, you're kind of close enough. The pulley overhangs the edge of the scaffolding. So if you can see on the map that little dotted line that comes up, sorry, not dotted, that little line that comes up on the red thing, that's like the pulley. So if you want to like reach out with a foot and step on it, you totally can.
Greta, quick, step on the rope.
Yep.
No, the other rope. Left, right, left, forward. Stop, left, step.
Apparently, I'm tap dancing.
Make a coordination roll for me.
Oh, good.
In fact, Greta and Greta, you can make a coordination roll for me.
Plain sight again, right?
Can I try to catch the rope with my wing in case it's missed?
Yes, you can indeed. I'm going to say no on plain sight for this one because unless you're trying to be sneaky about it.
I rolled a 4.
You mean, are we trying to be sneaky about not killing Jeff? Is that what you're asking?
Well, kind of. I mean, Jeff might not die, but
That's
well, if we just discard my first roll, which was a 6, that's annoying. The rest of them add up to 9.
you can. It's up to you if you want to roll again or take.
No, it's fine. I'll take the 9.
Okay. So the good news is that Greta does manage to grab hold of the rope. Your foot hits the pulley wheel, which kind of spins a little bit out of control, and Greta sorry, I had to look at my order, at the very top seems to be thrown a little bit off balance by this. You find yourself plummeting as the barrel starts all of a sudden rising up towards the top. You're not going as fast as you would if it was a free fall because the barrel is on the other side of the pulley, so it's like sort of counterbalancing you a little bit. But you are held onto the rope, heading towards the ground.
So we're getting pulled along with the rope because of the
you're getting
bucket?
You've grabbed the rope, you've slipped off the roof, you are going down on the rope as the empty barrel is coming up towards.
Excellent. I will do a song again just to make it seem like we did this on purpose, the kind of singing in the rain, twirling around something, but this case it'll be the rope. We did this on purpose.
Yes. Make a communications check for me. Is it a singing in the rain? Making this look as graceful as possible.
Yeah. Could I argue for influence to kind of charm the people that are watching into thinking, oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do that. That works for me. And if you're hiding something, go ahead and add in plain sight. I'm joining in.
All right.
We're hiding the fact that we're 3 birds in a coat.
All right. So I rolled 9, 10, 11, 12, and I also rolled another 3. So it doesn't matter. I'll take the lowest one off, which is 10, 11, 12. So.
Sorry, go on.
I just feel like there should be a challenge to whether or not I scream hysterically in abject terror or not, but I just don't know what that would be. Because also also I feel like I'm penalising myself, but I also think that it's fair.
Make a stealth roll for me. It's quite graceful, and you are spinning around. You are still heading towards the barrel, but everybody who was at first like and like really panicked by the fact that somebody just appeared to fall off of the roof. It's less panicked now.
You know how people climb a rope by wrapping a leg around it, right? And using that to kind of the friction and stuff to clamp it and climb up. This in reverse for slowing down.
See,
and
you
kind
say
of
that,
going
but
down.
now I'm totally thinking of Only Fools and Horses and that bloody chandelier. And Rodney, which means nothing to anybody who hasn't seen Only Fools and Horses, but it's one of the funniest things you've ever seen if you have.
It was
Never seen it.
beautifully done.
Oh, beautiful, it's beautiful. Essentially, what happens is they're lowering these chandeliers to clean them, and they lower the wrong one, and the rope gets trapped around one of their legs and pulls them across the floor. And it's just a whole thing. I'll try and find it later on YouTube.
Stick it in the Discord.
Yeah. Also, I rolled a
but
3, so I don't
You
scream.
do manage to make it graceful.
I just go, ta-da! At the end.
And you do so. And in fact, one person, due to the combined effort of Greta and Greta in making this look so
Musical.
so graceful and so intentional and so musical, starts clapping at the bottom like, whoa! Greta, is there anything you wish to do at this point?
Cirque du Soleil.
No, sorry, other Greta.
Yeah, I'm just holding onto the rope as tightly as I can.
Indeed. So between the leg and the arm, you are held tightly onto the rope, spinning round as the barrel shoots up towards you, as you head down towards it, and it basically just sort of blindsides your back as you're spinning around, and knocks into you. If you could all make a coordination roll, please, for me to stay intact as a trio.
This definitely has to be in plain sight, though, right?
Yeah, everybody's watching us.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yay!
Oh,
okay,
shit.
my 1 becomes a 3.
I've got 4.
That's good news.
5.
I got a 5 and 2 4s, so that's a total of 9.
Wowzers.
Alas, some credibility will be lost, but you do manage to hold yourself together. However, each of you gets a sudden sharp pain. One of you through your Greta through your legs as the barrel impacts the bottom of your feet. Greta, you get it down your spine as it comes down your spine, and Greta, the back of your head gets a solid crack as it sort of swings back and hits you. And it's very painful. You're still heading towards the ground. Barrel is heading towards the 13th floor.
Okay.
Weirdly enough.
Can I actually do some prep work at this point, knowing what's likely to happen when we hit the ground?
Yes, indeed.
That the impact is likely to make us lose control of the rope, and then the barrel's going to come back down on us.
Potentially.
Can I fix Jeff with my beady eyes and shout, "Catch me, Jeff! My hero!"
Oh, yes, you certainly can. Greta, what was your plan? What's your prep work?
Going to, as best as I can, try and actually take a loop of the rope around one of my forearm kind of bits, the front of the wing.
Yeah.
So that it shouldn't bang loose, even if we land in an uncomfortable heap.
Okay. And Greta, is there anything you wish to add to this?
I'm going to try and clamp on to Greta as much as possible, just to make sure that we stay fairly solid, especially if someone's going to try and catch us. That's going to feel really odd.
It's going to feel very odd.
Yeah,
I
indeed.
had not thought of that very much.
I almost asked which Greta, but then I checked my list and it all became clear. Um, right, wonderful. So if Greta, you would like to make an athletics roll to clamp onto other Greta. Greta, if you would like to do the same to clamp onto the rope, and Greta, if you'd like to make an influence roll for me, please, to influence Jeff.
I have rolled a 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Influence Jeff 2. Plain sight. I need him to hear me, so I'm being as loud and obvious as possible, right?
Yeah, that's the opposite of in plain sight. You're hiding things in plain sight.
Yes. With that in mind, can I make a plea for stealth that I clamp onto Greta? So, making it to try and keep the illusion that we're one body and not two.
Oh, it's pushing it, but I'll let it slide. That works for me.
So I rolled two original and a 5, so that's 7.
I rolled 10, just one dice at a time. It was an accident. I forgot to put the number in front.
Okay. And Greta?
It's only going to be 2d6, isn't it? That's a 10. 6 and a 4.
Ooh. Okay, that is good news. Some credibility does move in both directions. But as you are probably now a meter and a half off of the ground, just before the impact, you do see that Jeff appears to be caught in the moment, and he's too involved in your, they did this on purpose. Look at how graceful they are to run over and catch you. He does sort of get it at the last minute and starts to take a couple of steps, but there's no way he's going to make it over in time. You do feel as though you're held on to the rope very securely, and it feels pretty good. You don't think you're going to have your feet separate from your midriff. There's a nice clamp on Greta. But if there's anything else you wish to do before you completely hit the ground, it's now would be the time.
I don't think there's anything else I can do because I've got to be holding on to 2 people at a rope.
Just screaming. Yeah,
It's
a lot
quite
of
impressive.
screaming and eyes.
Just
Yeah, I got nothing.
clamping my giant beak shut so that I don't accidentally let out a suspicious cry or anything.
A hoot.
I will let out a huge, loud ta-da, hopefully drowning out any other screams. And also channeling my key.
That's good, and it adds to the illusion of intention behind this, which I think at this point is enough established that you don't necessarily need to make a roll. And as you're about half a meter off the floor, the barrel hits the pulley at the top, and you would find yourself dangling there by hanging on by a rope. But I would like a couple of checks. Firstly, by the person who presumably still has their leg wrapped around the rope, and the person who is
It was a wing.
their hand wrapped around or wing. Yes, indeed. So Greta and Greta, if you could both please make athletics checks for me.
Oh,
I have
athletics is
rolled.
not good. Not unless this
I
is
have
in
rolled
plain
a
sight.
5.
If it's pure athletics, okay, I need to discard the better of 2.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a 4. I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Nice. I rolled a 5.
The good news is that the slacking of the hitting of the pulley on the pulley wheel and the tension in the rope does slow your fall even more. And so as you both lose grip on the rope with your leg and your wing, you do not hit the ground with such an impact from the 13th floor that would presumably have killed
You
any
say
mere
you do not,
mortal.
what you mean is my Greta does not hit the ground.
No Greta hits the ground with
They're
such
falling
force
like bags of wet cement.
that would turn them into a mushed putu. However, you do let go of the rope at this point, and find yourself laying there on the ground as you look up, and all of a sudden the barrel, now being heavier than the person on the other end of the rope, starts to fall back down towards you. You've got a moment to react, so it's not,
Boosh! Boosh!
Jeff,
Boosh!
Jeff is still running over. Jeff's
Jeff, would you mind
still
grabbing
trying to
that?
get over. Oh, I tell you what, this is really out of make an influence roll for me, please.
Who?
All right.
I'm going to try
No,
grabbing
Greta,
the loose end
obviously.
of the rope if I can.
I'm just screaming
yes,
move in a variety of languages.
Greta, if you could make a coordination roll for me.
I rolled a 12.
Wow. Me? Oh, that's Bucky's Greta. Okay.
That's
Well,
Like
you
not doing
started this.
anything
Don't blame
useful.
me.
I'm
Don't
doing
blame me
nothing.
for the inefficient communication.
that was a 10,
Sorry, was that
my
a
coordination.
10?
Oh, God, poor Jeff.
You do indeed miss the rope. I'm afraid that
Oh.
almost tantalizingly trickles away from the end of your feather tips.
Oh.
But Jeff is running over now with purpose.
No, Jeff!
And
No,
it's very
no,
much-
Jeff! No, Jeff!
Save yourself!
Oh, Jeff!
What? No, I'm getting mixed messages here.
Grab
What do you want me to do?
Alfred, safety disaster!
And he looks very confused. The rope is now well and truly, with this moment of confusion, well and truly out of his grasp.
Time to roll.
He does make it there before the barrel and throws himself on top of you,
No!
as if to protect you from the barrel that is coming.
No,
plunging
Jeff,
towards
no!
both of you.
No, consent
Um,
issues, Jeff, get off!
I'm saving you. Could you all please make a coordination roll for me as you lay there on the ground? Unless there's anything else you wish to do in the meantime.
Well,
With
are we
Jeff on top of
going
you.
to roll and are we going to roll away? I mean, and are we going to? I think
Yeah, I'm not getting squished. I'm rolling away.
if we're going to roll away, we need to
Okay, well, we'll do it as Jeff's diving through the air as if to
all
catch
at
a
the
bullet,
same
but
time
instead of a bullet,
say
it's a
which
falling
way we
barrel.
roll to see whether or not we all roll the same way.
Yeah, that works. That works beautifully.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Please, all make a
So you
coordination
have to say
roll
whether
for
or
me.
not you're rolling left or right,
Yeah,
but we
you
have
have
to
to
do
say
it on
left
the
or
count of
right.
3 or something.
On 3,
So you and
Oh,
Cal.
this is
Two,
difficult. This is 50-50.
left.
Yeah.
Left.
Oh yeah!
Oh, you people. Metamind indeed is all I can say to that.
I think Ben just joined the Metamind. I think that's what happened.
Well, I was gonna go
By
something
association.
like that. Yeah. Don't let my word be final.
And can we?
By any stretch of the imagination.
Are we rolling a coordination for that as well, or are we not?
No, I think having all said left
Okay.
is good enough for me.
If we're
I
okay
will
with that.
say if you can make a stealth roll for me.
Yes.
Jeff is already in the air, but
Is-
he
is it a
might
stealth
notice which way
roll
you're going and try and
with,
save you anyway.
Is it in plain
He's heavily
sight?
invested now.
Is the stealth in plain
Hmm.
sight?
Yes, sorry. Please do all roll with it in plain sight.
It's
Um,
okay. I'll stick with mine.
Oh, that is good, Kelly.
So that's an
That's good.
extra dice, and then you take away the lowest.
Yes, indeed.
I got
Yeah,
a 6.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Greta, what about you?
18.
What?
What?
I'm holding on to Greta, by the way, to keep us locked.
What?
still.
He's just MacGuffin this.
My other die was a 4.
No.
Wow. And Greta, you're holding on to Greta.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just
Does that mean Jeff needs to
keep
draw
the
on the
coordination. Jeff, who was heavily invested in the mild, I'm going to say mild flirting that was going on between Greta and Greta in his case, but we all know it was Greta, would have definitely just tried to take the opportunity to throw themselves on top of you regardless of whether you're rolling out of the way or not. But you managed to disguise it with such good stealth that it's not an issue. And he lands face first in the mud as the barrel comes falling down.
Oh no.
Milton? And unless anyone wants to do anything.
Can we quick kick Jeff? Kick him! Kick him out of the way! Kick!
All right, we'll kick him.
Kick Jeff! Sorry, Jeff! Kick
Administer
Jeff!
a good kicking to Jeff. Yes.
We'll disguise it as trying to get up and still scramble out of the way, but we'll accidentally kick him in the head so he stays there.
Make an athletics roll for me, please, to kick you.
I rolled a 5.
That is very good. And as one of you says, sorry, as Greta says, sorry, Jeff, and the other Greta kicks him. He says, I'm getting mixed messages again, but does manage to roll away from your kick.
It's all about barrel. Move, Jeff. Love you. Let's stand a retoire. Move, Jeff.
I'm so confused, and manages to roll away as the barrel hits the floor and leaves a big solid dent in the mud.
I saved
at
you.
this point,
It is so big.
Then start yelling out, safety issues, safety issues.
at this point, loads of people have run over and like, what on earth is going? What is this?
This
This is not
construction
safe.
site is
What are you doing?
unsafe. It's unsafe.
And Jeff just turns to one of them and just says, I'm so confused.
No,
I
he falls in the
thought-
bucket.
And Greta, go ahead and make a communications for me, roll for me, with regard to the safety issues and the will of the rest of the workforce.
Can I argue for influence again?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, my rolls failed me on that one. But that's 8, 9.
Is that 9 total? Sorry, I dropped that one.
Unless that's in plain sight.
No, 9 is very good. You gain a credibility. There is no better roll you
Okay.
can make. You can make it in plain sight if you want. But
Monsieur
Same.
Johnson, you have a lot to answer for.
And all of a sudden, the group of workers that has gathered around starts looking up at the pulley and looking down at the barrel and looking over at Jeff and looking at you and sort of piecing together some of what's happened. They don't necessarily know that. I'm not going to say anyone's to blame here, but
That we're
you know,
rank incompetent.
Can I whisper?
they definitely don't get that vibe. They're like, yeah, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Can I
As Mr.
whisper up to
Johnson
Greta
starts
to?
approach.
Can I whisper up to Greta something?
Yeah. Now is the time.
Greta, make it a safety issue so we can get the day off.
Okay, stand on something tall. I'll do it.
Okay. We'll try to get to our feet
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and 1 foot on Jeff's chest and stand up straight.
Strong points.
Something tall.
Take a victory pose over the downed Jeff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're making it an issue.
Keep doing that. And this. And sister, me, Mech, why we need to organize. Pascal, they shit like this ne devait pas happener sur mon vie encore. C'est trop dangerous pour encore Jeff dans la mud. Qui va look after him should terrible things happen? Encore. Pas vous, pas moi. And then I point, I stamp for Greta to point at the...
I stamp on Jeff. I'd also like to throw my voice a little bit and start agreeing with Greta up above. Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to need some rolls here. As you stamp on Jeff, he's wee, and he's clearly in some pain. But I would like an influence roll from Greta. I would like a stealth roll from Greta, and I would like a coordination roll from Greta to try and keep all this together after you've stood up. Well, during the standing up.
I'm doing this in plain sight because I'm pretending that it absolutely was not my fault.
You can all have it in plain sight because I'm feeling really generous. And, I never say no anyway.
All right, so I'm taking the stealth roll then.
It's a hard check though. But yes, sorry, just to be clear.
Okay.
You are taking the stealth roll.
I got 9.
Six.
Good.
Yeah, I got 9 as well.
That is also good. Let's do some adjustments to your credibility. As far as Greta, as far as you're concerned, there's noise coming back from the crowd. These people are buying into this. They're fully involved. Greta, you know that it's actually you, and you've tricked absolutely everybody. And the crowd does indeed start agreeing. As Mr. Johnson is walking over. What on earth is what is this? And the crowd like, we're on strike. Union. Someone said union. It was Greta. And they all lift you up onto the shoulders of a couple of workers.
Consent issues.
Very awkward.
No.
If you scream that, they will put you down. If you indeed shout.
Yeah. Like no,
sorry, but you are a leader now. Let's go.
No. We're a
Mr.
union.
Johnson.
There is no leader. Mr. Johnson, point. I stamp on Greta Green's shoulders. Point at Jeff. Look at Jeff in the mud.
I will point expansively towards Jeff.
Regardez! Le Jeff
Greta Green, make a coordination roll quickly for me.
Who, me?
Please. No, sorry, middle Greta.
Nice.
I need to make a coordination.
Yes, please.
Yep. That's 8.
Wonderful. And the point is expertly timed. The theatrics of this are the throwing of the voice, the point, the the mess that is Jeff on the ground really sells this to all of the workers. Please go on, Greta.
Nous demandons better lunches. Fuck les sandwiches. Ils ne sont pas bien. Aussi, regarde le Jeff. We have besoin de showers and better clothes. C'est quoi ça? Le jaune n'est pas mon couleur. Alors, Jeff, il est cassé sur la terre. And bricks.
And croissants at breakfast.
Croissant déjeuner. Also, qui peut monter le scaffolding avec tous les bricks? Toutes les bricks. Et un jour après, redescendre avec les bricks. It's not fair. We have machines and the scalier and stuff. Monsieur Johnson, qu'est-ce que vous dites?
And Mr. Johnson looks very confused at the words that have been thrown at him. And he's standing there looking around and looking at the crowd of workers in front of him who have now started chanting croissant, croissant, croissant.
I got so carried away that my eyes are pointing in different directions right now. just like
Which is
that
great.
bird
If-
in that
if-
picture.
We got the picture. Can we throw the picture up? as the crowd starts to walk towards the entrance of the site. That's beautiful, Kelly. Thank you. Presumably about to go on strike. The crowd are all chanting croissant. You can march with them if you wish. Jeff suddenly behind them is talking to people, and there's this apparently this new beer, this lager, and he starts chanting "C'est soi, c'est soi, c'est soi."
And Jess, can we point at Jess as we walk past her?
Yeah. And Jess is there, sort of like flummoxed by all of this.
I'm tired now, so I'm heading home.
You may throw up an arm and point towards them.
Jess!
The parade setting off and your head just turning right.
Indeed, the people in the buildings
Yes.
next door are sort of looking at the windows like, what's going on? What on earth is happening? And there's
I'm
people at
walking
office
in the wrong
windows
way
like,
to highlight my disdain for this site. And Jess is your person. Qui était dans un trou avec le water jusqu'à son ribcage.
And again, the crowd has no idea what you're talking about. But suddenly, the cheer of croissants turns to son ribcage, son ribcage, and they all point at Jess as if to follow your lead.
Yeah. And if everybody's pointing at Jess, I'm not gonna like try and make anybody not go in the direction that bottom Greta wants to go. I'm just trying to create a distraction at this point.
Your voice fades in the distance.
Yeah, croissant.
And at this point, I think I wouldn't say you've necessarily successfully completed the day's work, but the day of work is over.
Nailed it.
And I would say it's been you would say it's been a success. Mr. Johnson has other ideas. But,
And when we split up,
if there's any final,
yes, when we split up, I pull out the big wad of money. So we're good for several days.
Indeed, and if there's any final moment you wish to have, Greta pulls out the final wad of money and shares it between you when you have a moment to yourselves. And we'll cut to perhaps Greta or the other Greta, if you would like to send us
I'm
off
gonna
with
say,
a
well,
final
I think
image.
that went very well.
I think we need to seduce Jeff and put him in a cage over the piano.
But that's
So we
your
can sing.
solution to everything.
I mean, it works.
And he'll be missed now. He's
I
like
know.
the hero of the
He
site.
can't work anymore here. I mean, not only is he the figurehead for a rebellion and an organization of a union, but also we broke literally every bone in the boy's body. It's really
And if
bad.
you, sorry,
Yeah.
Donald.
No, that was it.
And if you'd like it to be so, we can cut to see Greta sat there in an armchair, watching some television as the other two Gretas are pottering around the apartment with Jeff in a small
Is she
bird-shaped
the
cage
pretty boy and filling his feeder up with Stella
in the
Artois
corner
cans?
as he drinks some Stella and picks at some seeds that are left in a little
I have a nice,
Fried egg
by his
sandwiches.
cage.
I have a nice box of chocolate crickets that I'm just enjoying.
You do indeed, and they are good. They are
Sitting on
good.
the balcony, one leg over, just kind of kicking in the wind, listening to Jeff and Greta.
Beautiful. And thank you all very much for whatever that was.
Thank you, Ewan. Thank you, Socks.
Thank you for going along
You,
with
Kelly.
us.
It was really wonderful. And definitely the most
And thank you to every French teacher I ever
happy
had.
space.
Drin drin.
Yes, all none of them apparently.
I kind of feel though like organising at the end would make Luke incredibly proud of us.
Yes.
Ooh,
I just wanted a day off.
I think there is something about that Luke would heartily approve of.
Mm.
I mean, possibly
I
not
think
the
we'll have to
keeping
give
Jeff
him
in a
a
cage thing. He might not be as much.
You know, he doesn't shame her. He's not going to shame a friend. It's
Yeah.
fine. I feel confident we're going to be fine.
Yes, indeed. But I think he'd be very happy with how that went on all fronts.
Oh, thanks,
was a
guys.
lot of fun.
That was great.
I haven't laughed so much
Yes.
in ages.
It was. There were lots of laughs,
Thank you so much.
and you
That
all
was
threw yourself
riotous
into it
fun.
wonderfully.
Yes.
And thank you, Ewan, for letting us be lunatics.
Mhm.
Always.
It is our way, after all.
And it draws attention from you, so that's a good thing.
Exactly.
You are not to blame.
Oh no, but I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I don't think there was any need for any blame. Much fun was had, many laughs were had, and I would be
It was enormous fun. And,
chuckling to myself about it for a long time.
and desperately silly, and it's nice to have a moment to unclench like that every now and then, isn't it?
Mm.
Not if you're deaf, mate.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel just a little bit sorry for Jeff. It has to be
I
said.
don't. I'm the next
Why?
time you're
He's-
doing Truth Seekers, he's my next character.
Jeff's got a cushy life now.
He's
He's a
great.
kept
That's
man.
true.
He's a kept man.
Yeah.
I know why the cage bird sings, isn't you to
I've got to tell you, if Jeff turns up as a character on Truth Foragers and talks about this weird person he used to share a work site with that was made out of three
Oh,
birds
God,
standing
yeah.
on top of each other.
Yes.
The bird woman of construction site. A.
It's the dream. It's the dream.
Yes,
I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
excellent.
3 birds
Yeah.
and a man.
I mean, he listens to late night radio anyway because they leave it on so he doesn't get lonely when they cover the cage up for
Ooh.
night time.
Doesn't that sound almost British though? 3 birds and a man.
It's very British. Yes.
Oh.
Oh dear. Anyway, right. Love you guys.
Anyway.
Oh,
on
but
that note, indeed.
Philomena will come back as well, Russ. I'm sorry.
Philomena
she
should.
will.
Yeah. That was good times.
I feel constantly guilty. Like Russ is like, but Philomena, and I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. We will do Philomena. I promise.
Yes, I'm sure we will. We will find a way to fit Philomena in, I promise. So,
All right, darling, a little bit of Philomena before we go to bed.
So, thank you very much to everybody. Thank you very much if you
Mm.
joined in on chat or watched us live, and thank you very much if you catch this on VOD. I hope it was fun for you. The game in question is
Maybe more in question now.
totally
Who
real
knows at
human
this point,
adults,
then?
and
It is indeed.
I'm
I've got the
pretty
web
sure
address.
it's supposed to be not taken in its most literal form, strictly, sensibly. But we may have pushed the envelope a little bit more than was even intended.
Absolutely unlike us. We never,
just that much.
never
maybe.
do that.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
But
Thank you to anyone who actually made it all the way through as well.
Yes, thank you all
Yeah.
for showing.
yeah, thank you very, very much. And hopefully we will be streaming again on Friday night. We don't know yet if Luke will be connected yet, but we will be doing something on Friday night. Until then, thank you to Kelly, thank you to Socks, thank you to Ewan, and good night.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you all.
Bonsoir, my
Bye.
loves.
Au revoir.
Bonne nuit.